Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my living room. Ooh, so fancy. I see we're already in chatting away as one does. Bear with me. Nope, Shay, I don't have the bayonet. I have the box, but I don't have the bayonet to open it. Sorry, I already pre-checked the box just in case. It was dinosaur fan fiction. If you can hear me, fantastic. That's what I'm hoping for. I got a microphone right here. There's a brand new setup, mostly, well, I've used this setup. This is brand new for streaming. Mostly. I've streamed from this location, not with the camera. So, it's all very new. And we're going to be doing something that is also very new, which is reading what some may consider to be the worst fan fiction ever. Now, this is as a thank you to the GoFundMe, which hit the $15,000 goal, which is shocking. I didn't think we'd get even anywhere close. But some of you have been incredibly generous, and I want to thank all of you for being here, donations or not. I really, really appreciate it. But let me just morning crumpets and crumpets. Jeff Hartz has this chair. Yes, it's a fun chair, especially when you get it on sale. Now, the normal rules apply. The first 10 minutes, it's just me rambling. The rest of it should be me rambling, but I'll be rambling from a book, which is the stories. It's rambling. I honestly I think it's a great story. Before we get into the it's going to be bad, but that doesn't mean it's not worth something, and that someone didn't put a lot of time and effort and energy into it. And also to the author, if you need an official narrator, an official person to do the audiobook, I will volunteer. Yes, please. The main character is female, so it might not work out, but I'm putting my hat in that ring. Absolutely. Also, Chuck Tingle. We almost read a Chuck Tingle novel today before we decided it might be too spicy for, starting things off. Maybe some other time, but wow, Chuck Tingle is those stories. I'm gonna go make sure the train's turned off because I'm not in the train location. Don't anybody dare! Don't dare! Don't. Oh, we didn't pass the camera. No, come on. Okay. I don't want any of you guys running that thing on the tracks. Because as we might know, I don't know if you can hear it. Ooh. As we know, the train does not have anything that stops it from falling off the tracks and crashing to the ground, breaking. So, okay. As a hustle. Twilight. It's not a Twilight. It's not a Twilight one. It is a Harry Potter one. It's spicy. Now we also. I think I needed to get through it, and also I promised there is a Four Loko. The gas station near me started selling them again, so I don't know what happened. They are out of the caramel bugles, and that upsets me. I wasn't much of a bugle guy growing up, but I discovered the caramel ones, and when you need caramel bugles, you need caramel bugles, and they are out of them. They have been for like a week, but at least they have these. The worst alcohol ever. Four Loko, sponsor me, why don't you? I dare you. You won't. Ooh. It's a fresh can. Yes. That's what I'm looking for. We can't just drink it straight from it, though. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. A little ASMR Four Loko there. Save some of that for later. The Hound of Baconville. Is that what I'm going to read from? That would be fun. I do have, I think, the complete collection of Sherlock Holmes shenanigans. Using your air. Nacho Friend asks, does using my airport for gin make me an alcoholic? I think that makes you bad at money. What do you, what do you mean use your airport? Wait, I don't understand, but I'm curious. Hmm. You know, little cone chip bugles. Exactly, John, but they're like caramel flavored ones. And they're great. Oh, talk to Nimrod. Fair, no, absolutely. Like, no, none of you had to do anything. It was just, it really helped ease some stress off me. Mm. How damaged the box? Not damaged. I ended up ripping it open a little bit. Should we go through that right now? I feel like we should go through that right now. I haven't looked inside. I just sort of went, all right, it's not a box full of dinosaur sex stories. Because apparently there was some interest in sending me those. I'm not going to stop you. But yes, I got a box. It's the mail. It never fails. I don't know if I can read that. Oh, thank you, Shay. It is stressful, but you guys are helping me get through it. You, Shay, are doing a lot more than you need to. Not that I'm not appreciative, but like, my goodness, I went back and looked, and very impressive. Oh no. Oh, it's a, oh jeez. Oh, Penny's gonna like that. Yeah, I'll have to film her eating it. That's good. I don't have my foot pedals, so I can't zoom in. But it's a little smiley chili dot toy. Where's this? Oh, let's just throw it on the. Yeah. Ooh, that looks kind of good on the camera. Throw it on the couch there. We have a very sparkly collar, which Penny will just try to eat. Unless this is for me. I have additional questions. Oh, it's gonna get everywhere. A lot of additional questions. What is this? Pink piglets, sour raspberry gummies. Oh yes. I'm gonna be stacking on those tonight. Oh, now I'm all sweaty from running to my train. No, it's not because I'm running to my train. It's because this story is so darn hot. Oh no. Trouble bubble gum. Oh no. 16 million Scoville units in a single piece. Can you chew a single piece of John's trouble bubble long enough to blow a single bubble? 16 million. I will throw up, but we might save that for the future because that kind of sounds like a good time. Bacon bomb, bacon flavored lip balm. Grease up those lips. Okay, that's kind of fun. I might never use it, but I like it. God, it's a bling. 98 kg. Sorry, I know who you are. You're so far away now. Yes, I did. I don't know the details yet, but I heard that it happened. Oh no, asking jelly beans with habanero pepper. Are they? Oh no, ass kicking hot sauce it kicks ass. It's an intense hot sauce. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna try that later. Yes, it's more of the general's habanero infused salt. That's incredible. We have the hot sauce thing that Shay sent. This should be a lot of fun. I will absolutely use this. So I find a place to put it. I've been going through that hot sauce, not as fast as I could be, but like that bullet stuff. Oh, what is? Oh. Okay, all right. Woodinville bourbon whiskey. I hear very good things about Woodinville whiskey. I don't know if I ever had it though. We might have to try it later. We'll see how the Four Loko goes. I do have things I have to do tomorrow, but oh, it's such a nice bottle. Shay, what? Did you win the lottery? Like, because I didn't. I know I didn't, but I don't know. I'm not complaining. I want to make sure that this isn't. Oh no, this isn't a problem. Ghost pepper hard candy, blue raspberry from the Flamethrower Candy Company. Oh no. That sounds like a what? Oh, okay. Listen. Ooh, a jalapeno. It's another grenade. I'm never gonna finish this. Oh, it's so good though. Oh, yes. No, that's going to go on everything. The problem with the bullet one is like it's good. It's a good taste, but it's so spicy that you can only do a little bit of it. PETA, people eating tasty animals, garlic habanero. That's gonna be good. Garlic habanero sounds delicious. Oh damn, Shay. All right. I mean, don't give it all to me. Save some for yourself, but also, heck yeah, Army Strong hot sauce. I will be the judge of that. You can be. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna. Yes, yeah. That's gonna have a spot right there. And Mad Dog 357. This sauce will blow you away over 1 million Scoville. Reaper peppers, peach and mango. Oh, that sounds tasty. Pure gold. It says. I assume it doesn't actually have gold in it, but it does have this little bullet thing, which is adorable. Oh, yes. I don't know if this is supposed to. Anyway, let me stop fiddling with it. All right, want to make sure I don't miss anything? Wow, Shay, thank you so much. These are fantastic. I'm gonna put the hot sauces back, and the lip balm as well. But the candies, I'm not the bubble gum. We're saving that. Oh no, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to do it, right? But yes, the candy will keep out. Oh, so good. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, okay. So I accidentally discovered the measuring spoon. I know what that was, but I just happened across it. Sort of like that time we did that murder mystery thing, the box one, and I accidentally found the end piece in like the first 5 minutes. Although you had to go through the rest of it to actually complete it. So, Jeff Hart says, Blue, I was thinking about you last night while watching Avalanche live in concert. Have you heard them? 10th Mountain Division official Army rock band from Fort Drum. I have not heard them. I know a guy who might have played with them. One of the guys in our band came from the 10th Mountain Division. He's got the mountain patch and everything. He's our drummer. I don't know if he played with them, but he was a part of that whole scene. I bet they're good, though. I hear good things about them over there. I almost went to Fort Drum. I asked for Fort Drum, and they said, well, how about JBLM? I went, I hear good things about JBLM. I just wanted Fort Drum because it's near home. But it's also very, very cold. And I went, JBLM sounds better. Also, because I didn't think they were actually going to give me Fort Drum. Like, we don't know if we can, but we can get you this one. And then, if they try to get me Fort Drum and the reservation or whatever for JBLM expires, then I get who knows what. Fort Huachuca? Fort Polk? Ooh, I don't want either of them. Why am I drinking out of this? I got this cup. We are at 13 minutes, though. That's enough time. P.O. Box is not set up. Jeff, do you feel just send it to the public one? Once I have, if I start getting weird things, that'll be a pretty good motivator to get the P.O. Box set up, and then we'll swap that out. Because right now, if people want to send it to the house, there's nothing I can really do about it. I just ask that you don't make it too weird. I just have to go out and set up the P.O. Box, but. Fort Polk, P-O-L-K. It's in Louisiana. Apparently, it's the worst place you can get stationed in the United States. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But apparently, it just swamps mosquitoes and not near anything. And they get really, really mad if you pronounce New Orleans as New Orleans. I found that out from someone who had come from Fort Polk. And I went New Orleans, and they actually got in my face about it. I also outranked them, and I was about a foot taller than they were. So it wasn't like, oh no, I've messed up. It was like, hey, how about you step back before I put you back and in the front leaning rest? That's not what it was like. It wasn't. I'm exaggerating quite a bit. But before I get into my tangents, let's get into the story. Let's actually get into the forward first. Now, this is My Immortal. It's by Tara Gillespie. It was published in 2006 to the internet. And Lulu.com says, it's the most gloriously ruinous fanfiction of all time. We also have someone from tvtropes.org says, weaponized bad fic. Also from tvtropes.org, this work does threaten to completely cause the dissolution of the grammatical and constitutional makeup of the language known locally as English. And one more from tvtropes.org. The greatest piece of literature made in history. We're going to ignore the other three. That's the one I care about. That's what we're reading. So, we have a foreword. I haven't read the foreword. I've read the first chapter and went, yep, this will work. And the foreword was by Spencer Dubb. Who that is, I don't know. But let's begin. Settle in real nice. There are certain works that will live in history as splendid examples of English literature. Authors such as Mark Twain, Mary Wollstonecraft, Shelley, and F. Scott Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. Just say Mary Shelley. It's fine. There's going to be commentary from me throughout this. And F. Scott Fitzgerald forever hold a spot on the classics shelf of every reader's library for their masterful craft, even. Their works have touched the hearts of generations and continue to speak transcending time and space to convey fundamental truths about humanity. Sadly, this is not such a work. My Immortal is possibly the most heinous crime against the English language ever committed. Written in 2006 by Tara Gillespie, suspected to be a pseudonym, smart. The piece, like Tommy Wiseau's 2003 film The Room, mounts a full-scale siege on the viewer's intelligence. Excuse me. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. You haven't seen The Room. I haven't either. There's a good reason for it. Even after brief exposure to My Immortal, the reader is left feeling violated and notably less intelligent, as if their brain, after attempting to make sense out of the chaotic bestial mess presented to it, instead gave up completely and rapidly began to atrophy from disuse. The plot of My Immortal follows an authorial avatar character named either Ebony or Enemy, as she explores the fictional universe of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. Enemy, like the author, is a self-proclaimed goth, that's 2 F's, or goth, and is also self-harming. Oh, okay, well, warnings, reader. Satan-worshipping, anti-establishment vampire witch. Traits she shares with roughly 90% of the other characters in the text. Because if you can, why not? Most of the other characters are lifted from Rowling's original work, but their personalities, defining characteristics, and even their names have been so callously reconfigured to fit Gillespie's vision that they in no way resemble their original forms. A parody. That's how you get away with it. Anna B is the definition of a Mary Sue character, implausibly perfect and ideal, to the extent that, in Chapter 14, she bemoans being good at too many things. That's a quote. And comments on the burden of being so beautiful. Gillespie's writing not only lacks incoherency or logic, but it also offends every grammatical sensibility possible. Gillespie's abuse of the English language is constant and unrelenting. She'll routinely demonstrate an inability to consistently spell any character's name, including the protagonist's. In the author's note for Chapter 4, she writes apparently oblivious, quote, Ebony's name is Enemy, not Mary Sue. Okay? Exclamation point. End quote. Speaking of author's notes, let me tell you how that's spelled. Ebony's name is Enoby, E-N-O-B-Y. Not Mary Sue. It's N-U-T space M-A-R-Y space S-U. Now, it should be, I assume, not Mary Sue, N-O-T, and Sue should be S-U-E, and the okay should have a question mark after it. It's fine. Voldemort, the primary antagonist of Rowling's series, appears in My Immortal, but he is called such hideous titles as Voldemort, Voldemort, and Volxmort. That's V-O-L-X-E-M-O-R-T, for those wondering. Voldemort is V-O-L-D-E-M-P-R-T. Voldemort is exactly what you think. The concept of a fourth wall means nothing to Gillespie, as she regularly interrupts her own narration to comment on her writing, pointing out attempted puns or defending her pitiable attempts at balanced characterization against the criticism she seems to expect. She begins each chapter with an author's note, or AN, which provides a quick and horrifying glimpse into her juvenile mind as she defends her writing. For example, the only reason Dumbledore swore is cuz with a C-O-Z. He had a headache, okay. Headache spelled H-E-D-A-C-H-E. Speaks to her friend Raven, another quote. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater I? It's all caps. Extorts her readers for praise, another quote. P.S. I will not update until you give me good reviews. I'm guessing that's supposed to be P.S. I won't update until you give me good reviews. Which is fair. Look, if you're publishing on the internet and you're like, I'm not going to keep updating it, you could ask for that. I'm not saying... I think you should also look at it and go, I wonder why they're giving me only bad reviews. But, I mean, I'm not an author yet. But let's stop there for a second. I want to see if anything's popping up in the chat. Hitchbot. What? Anyway, all right. We're just checking. Uh-oh, it's about to get spicy. And increasingly, as the work progresses, pleads with her reviewers to stop criticizing. Another quote. I said stop flaming. Said is spelled S-E-D. Stop is spelled S-T-U-P. And flaming is S-L-A-M or F-L-A-M-M-I-N-G. I assume she means flaming. That's fine. Although the majority of the writing is insipid description of events, including a love scene described as, we had sex. The author occasionally attempts to increase the descriptive qualities of her writing by utilizing adverbs and varied word choice. However, this unsurprisingly backfires as the adverbs create incomprehensible images. For example, we start Frenching passively. How do you passively French? I don't want to know. Chat, don't tell me. And the varied word choice reads as though Gillespie consulted a thesaurus and randomly picked synonymous words without regard for the nuances of their definitions. It would be easy to continue in this vein, but I'll leave the rest to you. Rest assured, by the time you are even 3 chapters in, you will have already found 6 new things to hate about this work, from Gillespie's tireless description of her gothic outfits to Voldemort's disgustingly contrived Elizabethan English. My Immortal would bring you no joy, no levity of heart, save for what you can produce yourself by mocking it mercilessly. Wow, okay. This is a little spicy here, Spencer Dub. There is convention when citing works that is used to acknowledge an error in the original text. Following the error, the adverb sick, which means intentionally so written, I actually didn't know that. I knew of doing that, I know what it stood for, it's fine, is placed in brackets to indicate that the authors quoting the text did not make an error, but rather that the fault was the original author's. Given the plot holes, the innumerable grammar and spelling mistakes, the inconsistencies, and every other wall-banging idiocy contained within this text, I feel it is only appropriate to recognize that My Immortal was indeed intentionally so written. I will deviate slightly from the norm here and denote the errors before they happen. Because if I place this at the end...
train of truth, who's gonna stop you now?
Nobody. The train of truth is shut down. There is no train of truth here. Although it is tempting to put one along the back wall. Just to go around in circles. It is very tempting. Because if I place this at the end, I doubt any sane reader would see it. And there's a big old sick at the end of it. From Spencer Dub, January 8th, 2011. How do we feel about that, ladies and gentlemen? How is that? Do we feel good about that? Do we need more For Local ASMR? I think we do. Oh, the fizz. Fizz, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, yes. That's fair, James. Passively Frenching is where you receive it but don't reciprocate. If you're just lying there. It's dangerous and close to a crime. Now, to be fair, this could have been written by like a 12-year-old. I want to bash too hard because that's entirely possible. You think I could write then, now, future? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, I might as well, Goldfish. Now I'll listen. How about what if that contributes to this For Local right here? All right. I've never read this. I've heard of it. I've never read this. It was brought up today as I was looking at Chuck Tingle novels, thinking which one of these is going to be the least appropriate to read. If you don't know about Chuck Tingle, do yourself a favor. Go on Amazon. Look it up. I've never read a Chuck Tingle novel, but I did find some quotes, and wow. It's a thing. The Griff Guy says they're a prototypical Mary Sue is an original female character in a fanfic who obviously serves as an idealized version of the author, mainly for the purpose of wish fulfillment from TV tropes. I'm glad you pointed that out. And James, thank you so much, says, put your monocle in to read our chats. I was actually looking into buying a monocle the other day. So Goldfish, thank you so much. James K, thank you so much. I think we should get into it. Author's note. Special thanks, get it because I'm gothic, to my GF, ew, not in that way, Raven, Buddy Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCROX. XXXXXXXXX. A lot of X's. It's how would you describe this? Like this. It's not like it's kind of like uwu speech. Like the RAR, RAWR stuff from about this time, mid-2000s. But oh no, Iceblade. What? Hold on. First of all, thank you, Iceblade. Are you reading 50 Shades of Green and Pink, Tail Frog Legs and Curled Toes, My Relationship with Lady Piggy by Cormit? Please tell me that's not a real thing. If it's not, I'm writing it. No, I'm not. I'm not writing it. Oh, goodness. Yeah. How, Hitchbot, you're 2 Four Locos in? How are you functioning? I struggle after 1 Four Loco. The Eye of Argon. Emo Uwu. Well, I'll accept that. Also, good guy. Thank you for gifting memberships. Who got them? I'll get back into it in a second. But who got them? Lynn's. Not your friend. Kathy White. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill Stupidity. Lynn's. And oh, there are 2 Lynn's. There's Lynn's and Lynn's with a D. Okay, it's making the noise. Let me see if I can do a thing. We have a guest at the door. Hello, stranger. Things are happening. Do you want me to say who you are? This is Will. He exists. I mean, you can prove it if you want. You don't have to. It's just an elaborate prank I set up. He's a speaker on a Roomba. Oh, that's going to keep happening, isn't it?
For legal purposes, my name is not Alan.
You walk right about, and then lean down, and then look that way. That's Will. I believe it. I was wondering how long you keep it up. Ladies and gentlemen, does he look like me? Not so much, right? It's weird that someone would think that we look this. It's fine. I was hoping that would happen. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to see if I can adjust things. Not much is happening because it's very bright out still. Oh, I see. Well, once it gets darker, if it gets darker, we will see. Excuse me. Yeah, he's reading chat right now. Just behave yourselves, folks. So, Chapter 1. I've got the author start out of the way. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness. It's dark apostrophe ness. I don't know why. Oh, it goes on. Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way. That's okay. And I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I don't know who she is. We're gonna find out. I have to know. Okay, that it is Evanescence. Okay, yes, okay. That checks out for the time. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major effing hottie. I will censor this a little bit. Why? I wish I was related to Gerard Way because he's hot. So like it's an incest thing. I don't understand. Welsh, thank you so much. Bye. Hello. Well done raising all the puns. Well, thank you for helping. And now we're doing this ridiculousness. It's great. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. Okay. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, even though she already said she was. And I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, famous for being, a part of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Very, very well known in the books, I think. And I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching, I have to be serious, with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun. No kidding, that's how that works. Which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony," shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. I need to give Draco a voice and give him nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. XXXXXXXXXX. A lot of X's. Author's note, is it good? Please tell me thanks. All right. That's chapter 1. Yes, this is definitely written by a preteen, so we can't be too mean, because I wouldn't have been better. But we do, now that we got through a chapter, we're going to try this candy. This pink piglet. It is raspberry flavored. It is pink. It is a piglet shape. There's a gummy. Oh. Okay. Shay, the pink piglets, incredible. If you haven't tried them, you should. They're delicious. Oh, those are very good. That does the raspberry flavor very well. Yep, I'm a fan of it. They really milked that that beaver anal gland real nicely. If you don't know, apparently there's a gland on beavers near the old butt that has a secretion, I don't know, that is used for raspberry flavors. I don't know how true that is, but Shay XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX critiquing the story is a prep. Now, I mean, I'm in a tuxedo, so what do I know? But I digress. Iceblade, thank you so much. I wrote some fanfiction between Laguna, Lauren, and Joe. No. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do need that in my life. But thank you for the offer. Yeah, I don't know that Hogwarts does vampires or allows them in the. Just do vampires ever show up in the Harry Potter world? As if I know. All right. Mechanics, you are correct. The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. That's what I want my coffin to be. You think I'm joking? If I was like, hey, I'm getting up there in years, or like I'm on, in the hospital after a car crash or something, they went, hey, we got you a coffin. It is black ebony with hot pink velvet and black lace on the inside. I'd be like, oh, my immortal, good choice. That's amazing. I'm going to be dead. What do I care? But everyone's going to have to know. I love it. All right. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnet on. Okay. Too many ons, but that's all right. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you! End of author's note. Woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. So she wakes up, grins at Ebony, and then opens her eyes after flipping her hair. Okay, that's fine. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini fishnets and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. Now, I can't imagine that this is within the Hogwarts dress code. You know, oh, but I bet they're rebels. The goldfish, probably. I don't know. I've never worn one. But she sounds like an expert. So I think she'll be able to wear that black leather dress without too many problems. OMFG. I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so effing don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, good... Well, good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Let's dance with the rich and the famous. That's not in there. That's just my inclusion. Oh my effing God, I screamed. I'm also, again, censoring this. I love GC. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. Weird that she wasn't like, MCR, my favorite band, is in this fictional story. Shake it once, that's fine. Shake it twice, that's okay. Shake it 3 times and you're playing with yourself again. Yep, I still got it. I was around at that time period, thank you. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 2. I'm into this. I'm invested. And it is time for another bit of this candy. Leave Joel Madden out of this. We're trying one of these ass-kicking jelly beans with habanero pepper. Whoop. Look, good Charlotte's fun. I do miss the emo, not the scene, but like the style. I say we bring back some. Well, no, there's some good metal stuff going on these days. I can't complain too much. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus has some good stuff. Didn't My Chemical Romance like get back together? Maybe it's just for like a tour. I don't know. Yeah, I appreciated their stuff. Green Day, classic. Hard to go wrong with that. Let's go with this yellow one right here. Smells like Play-Doh. Scene. That's what I was thinking of. That's this time. These are terrible. Oh, no, wait, no, they're getting better. Oh, man. There's a kick to them. Not that spicy. The flavors are very strange. I'm going to keep eating them. Like, don't get me wrong. I like them. There's like this waxiness to them. I do love a good jelly bean. I'm not going to be able to help myself. We're eating another one of these pigs because they're delicious. There's a YouTube channel. It's like was it Punk's Not Dead? Emo's Not Dead? I think it's Emo's Not Dead. So good. Stuff's so funny. Bear with me. Oh, I used to listen to not like a lot, but I enjoyed it when it came on the radio. Oh boy, if I could remember, that'd be great. More heavy metal, not like heavy metal, but definitely metal. Something about King. There's a song, something about eating eating people. I cannot for the life of me remember what they Avenged Sevenfold. That's it. Avenged Sevenfold. I did appreciate, and they're very clean metal, if that makes sense. It's not like there's like the intensity, but very clean technical stuff. I also really appreciated it. I've been getting more into to metal. A few years ago, well, when I was in Germany, actually, I got into European power metal, and then it's just sort of branched off from there. Not that I'm an expert in any of it, just when it, I appreciate it more than I used to, a lot. Girl I worked with once, this is Jeff Hartz, says, how can I even ponder the meaning of this universe and thread my way through that query? Me? Hey, I was just asking if they still had bugles in the vending machine. Fair. Well, Kathy, it's a good thing. I hope you get better. It's a good thing you're spending your time with me, with my immortal. Oh, Lisa, I Sabaton. I love Sabaton. And they came to Seattle, and I got tickets, and I went there. And the opening band was another one I listened to, and I didn't even know. I didn't even pay attention to who their opener was. It wasn't Powerwolf. Hammerfall. It was Hammerfall. And Hammerfall their music's great. As the introductory band, it was okay. They didn't put nearly as much into it as Sabaton, which is fine. They're just on stage, doing their thing. We're just singing along, having a great time. And then Sabaton came up, and it was like, oh my god, okay, they have an entire show, which is what you'd expect from the main act. And then a couple years later, I went and saw guys that did Through the Fire and the Flames. Don't remember who. They had a couple of bands that opened for them that were incredible. Seven Spires was one of them. I forgot the other one. Oh, they're so good. Cannot remember who did Through the Fire and the Flames. It's right there. I'm waiting for chat to figure it out. Ooh, Foo Fighters. Went to Spokane. Oh, that sounds amazing. Dragon Force, that's the one. Yes. Oh, they were so much fun live. And the tickets were like $30. I went, yes. I can't say no to that. So it was great. All right, chapter 3 for realsies. Author's note. Stop flamming the story, preps, okay? Preps with a Z. Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW. I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. X. A lot of X's. I'm trying to be able to say X quickly. It's not there. Shay too, or Touche. Thank you so much. Says Seattle, home of Heart, Alice Chains, and Nirvana. Oh yeah, home of grunge. Not much of a grunge guy. I appreciate it. It's just not my go-to. But yes, great place for that scene. And there's still a lot of great underground stuff. Did Dragon Force do Trogdor? Oh, I hope they did a cover of Trogdor. Okay, I know, distractions. Nightwish. I would love to see Nightwish, especially after their Imaginarium album. Nightwish is okay. I was like, oh yeah, it's a stylistic, it's very operatic metal. And then Nightwish came out, or not Nightwish, Imaginarium, one of the two, whichever. It came out. It's like, I listened to it so much. I was a pizza delivery driver then, and it was playing all the time in my car. A little Subaru Impreza. That car was pretty awesome. I did like that. I do miss that car a little bit. I don't, regret moving up in the world, but I did appreciate my old 2005, 2005, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all of this corset stuff on the back and front. What corset stuff is, I don't know. I put on a matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then. Oh. So she had a good time. She sought help from her friends. She wrote in her journal, and she felt much better afterwards. And And then she read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop being so good. Because therapy, I listened to some GC. I assume that's Good Charlotte. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Tons, ladies and gentlemen. It's all in caps. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway, despite the fact that she did it last time. So, for some reason, there's a difference now. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. God, I would have loved to have known this person in high school because I bet they were interesting. Just from a distance, right? I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt, of course. They would play at the show, too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Authors don't. A lot for cool boys wear it, okay? I think that's supposed to mean a lot of cool boys wear it, okay? Now, if we remember Draco Malfoy from the books and the movies, this is very outside of his style. But, hey, Draco, explore yourself, man. Like, try some things out. Have a good time, okay? Careful with this one. She's interesting. And if you're thinking, I can fix her. I've thought that before. I was wrong. Many times. More than once. I don't know how many times. All right. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666. Ooh. And because you need a license plate on a flying car when you're a wizard. And flew to the place with the concert. Ah, yes, the place with the concert. That one. Know it well. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. They didn't do drugs, they smoked them. What do we think the drugs were, ladies and gentlemen? Was it marijuana? Was it crack cocaine? Was it a little bit of, what else do you smoke? Spice? Oh, man, that would have been around at that time. Not illegal yet, I believe. I'm going to guess marijuana. Yeah. Crack cocaine's a little too hard for this lady. Meth. You think meth? Probably. Oh, no. He was a skater boy. Let's see if she said, see you later, boy, says Goldfish. It's good. I like that. All right. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Now, if you ever been in a mosh pit, it's not very... I love mosh pits, by the way. You don't just jump up and down. You do that in the rest of the thing. The mosh pit is where you get a little aggressive. Now, American metal apparently gets pretty nuts. I've never been to like an American metal mosh pit. The mosh pits I've been to are European power metals because that's what I've been to. And they're fun. It's a lot of just sort of bouncing off each other. And people sort of just like running through and just going nuts. What I like to do is I'll go from one end of the pit to the other and just push people apart. You know, so you're getting rocked around, and once someone makes contact, I just shoom, and just throw them as far as I can into other people, and then they just like bounce off and keep going. You're just rocking off people. Now, some American bands apparently gets a little punchy. I wouldn't be upset by that either. I just never experienced it. I'll fight. I don't choose to start fights, but if it's happening to me, okay, let's go. And so it's just a lot of fun energy. And you're all bruised and you're just going crazy. And it's a lot of good exercise. But yeah, generally when I'm just bouncing off people, I just whoom, make myself some space and then move forward. Start bouncing again, whoom, make myself some space, move forward. And people don't really know what to do about that. It's Seattle, so a lot of them are smaller than me. And they're just getting sort of flung, not dangerously flung. You know, I pay attention. If they go down, I'll stand over them and sort of just take the hits so that they can get their feet again. You know, you put out a hand, you lift them back up. That's mosh pit etiquette. But I need to go back to a metal show. The mosh pits are where it's at. I love a good mosh pit. Rodent Baker says, the pit is where I belong. No, mosh, yes. Andrew Thompson says, spoken like somebody who rested in 11 Bravo back in the day. Yes, we have an 11 Bravo in my unit. He's a saxophone player. He was 11 Bravo. And so we make all the jokes, back and forth. It's mutual. It's good times. How big am I compared to them? Well, so I'm 6'1" and 210 pounds. Let me show you. I'm just kidding. No. And a lot of these are 5'10", 175 pounds. It's Seattle. There are a lot of people who eat a lot healthier than I do. And so some of them are big. Like, there are some big people in there. But this isn't like if I was like in Ohio, where everyone's, corn-fed country boys. Country? Well, sort of, yeah. It's city folk. So I have an advantage generally. It's pretty great. Best mosh pit I've ever been in was an old church converted to a bar and concert venue, the Tabernacle in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm trying to visualize it for this scene. Ooh, I gotta go to Georgia one of these days. All right, that's enough mosh pit stories. Let's see. You come in cold. You're covered in blood. There's like a quotation mark in there. Oh, is this lyrics? They're also happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life. Sang Joel. And then, author's note. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so effing hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we marched to the music. Then I caught on. I bet it's because you said some other guy was hot. It's fine. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, because Draco's known to be a sensitive character. And he put his arm around me all protective. Wait, why is he protective? It's fine. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel. And he's going out with that Hillary effing Duff. Was he really? Okay. I effing hate that little biatch. I'm censoring. I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. Definitely not because she's jealous or anything. It's fine. The night went on fairly well, or really well, actually, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. And that is the end of chapter 3, which means it's time for more of these little pig candies. John Coyote says, Draco's a sad uwu boy. Yes. Oi boy says, in the punk scene, violent people were generally dealt with in short order by the punker themselves, including but not limited to throwing them out the door on their butts. Yes. So that's my experience as well. Not in the punk scene, but in the European power metal scene in the United States, Seattle. I'm not striking, I'm not hitting. It's, hands on and then force. And it just sort of keeps the movement going and gets people out of my way. I'm just going back and forth. It's really good exercise. I'm not doing it so they get hurt, and I'm paying attention to make sure I'm not hurting them. But definitely there's some surprise looks of like, whoop, as people just like, yoink. It's great. And you're close enough together, you're sort of like, oop, into another person, and that starts everyone else just. I don't know how to describe it. Mosh pits are great if you're doing it safely. Maybe, hands here, elbows tucked, check the face as you're going in. It's nice defensive posture. It's not for a mosh pit. For a mosh pit, it's good. So sometimes I'll be up here because I don't want to take an elbow to the eyeball. But they're great. Being a great shape, these pink piglets. Yep. Hillary was photographed by paparazzi with a see-through bag, and it was a huge scandal because there was a condom in it. Shout out to the hearts of Joel fans everywhere. Oh my goodness. Remember when things like that were a big deal? It was a simpler time. In some ways. Jeff Hartz, thanks so much. As much as Draco is played as evil in the series and this book, he would never go to this concert. He was more of an Amy Grant and Wilson Phillips guy. I'll trust you on that one. Tell you what, we'll get next time I'm going to a concert, I'll let you guys know. You can come watch with me. All right, chapter 4. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Enemy. Ah, that's where that is. Not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love, L-U-V, with W-I-F, her that he is acting different, D-E-F-R-E-N-T. They knew each other before, okay? Okay, well, I'm glad that was pointed out. That explains why there are these discrepancies in the character. Okay. No, John, what? I think this is happening. We have like 48 viewers and people are just like, this is too weird for me. I'm here for it. Let's go. This might have to become a regular thing. Maybe not. I don't know. XXXXXXXXX666XXXXXXXX. Draco! I shouted. Remember, they're going to the Forbidden Forest. What the F do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. Hold on, is it flying right now? He just walks out. God, I hope so. I am guessing not. Trust me, it's a flying car. We're just not flying right now. You've never seen it fly, but it does. Trust me. It's fine. He walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the effing hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close. I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts. Not magically spelled or anything, which would make sense. He was wearing colored contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, a lot of ellipses, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Yes, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Just as I what? Maybe that's the suddenly part of it. That's the conveyance of suddenly. Genius. Suddenly, just as boom, he kissed me. Just out of the blue. I didn't see it coming. Do you see it coming? I don't think so. Wow. Draco climbed on top of me. Oh, she is 17. I can't read this part. And we started to make out keenly, not just normally, not passively, but keenly, against a tree. He took off my top, and then I took of his clothes. I even took off of my bra. I can't read this next part. She is 17. No, I'll read it. It's fine. Pretend she's 18 for a moment. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Right there, FBI. Get him. Yeah, the ones who are too invested. Right there. I'll continue. Just know. Yes. Oh. I screamed. Probably not like that, but artistic license. Okay, I'm not reading that part. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, mother effers? It, paragraph, was, page, or a line of ellipses, Dumbledore. It was Dumbledore. Dumbledore caught them getting it on as her pale body became all warm. Because Dumbledore is just out in the Forbidden Forest yelling, what the hell are you doing, mother effers? Kind of like, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. It's probably one of those situations. Boop. Andy Thompson says, I'm suddenly okay with book burning. The Fort Loco is starting to kick in, ladies and gentlemen, in case you were wondering. FBI, open up. Okay. Lynn says, to still last summer. Oh man, I missed something. Depends if I have my flying outfit on. Don't need a wind up my skirt. Okay, fair enough. Lisa D says, Artie reads dinosaur porn. We almost did tonight. It came very close. We decided we need to start a little smaller. Just a little smaller. We're also worried I'd enjoy it too much. That's not true. That's not something that came up. Privately or publicly. Or personally. It's the Four Loco talking. Woodenville time? Oh, right. Shit, I can't say no to you. Yes, I can, and I will if I have to. But just a sample. I can't go too nuts. I do have this for aesthetics. Is it clean? Is it a little dusty? That's probably safe. I think that one's clean. It's there for the aesthetic. Speaking of the aesthetic, it's pretty good, right? I've been building this up slowly over the last couple of years. A lot of estate sales. I love a good estate sale. I have enough that I'm like, oh, I don't need more. Like there's stuff that comes up. I'm like, oh, I do want that furniture set, but where did I put it? I already have. I got these fancy couches. Used. This was new. I didn't actually pay for it, but it was new. This is part of my dining room, my dining table set, which not upset about. It's an old one too. This I got for $20. These were actually a little pricey. They're the Supreme Court Digest annotated series, but something over 100. I really wanted them because I kind of want to read them. This and then this, and there's no one up there. That was free. This was $20. This and this $20. They were broken. I had to repair them. This shotgun that you can kind of see there is $80. I'm just saying. I love me a good estate sale. And I can't open this. I'm stalling for time and I can't do it. Oh, there's a thing here. That probably is how it's done. So yeah, if you're looking for fun things like this, just check them out. John. And Shay, you're gonna stay that way, I'm sure. I'm not. I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow. Yeah, I'll put it there for now. All right. We're not gonna make a habit of this. This is just because of the GoFundMe. Oh, that is nice though. Griff Guy, thank you. Also, so Griff Guy just put the GoFundMe link in there. We've hit our goal. You guys, we're good. I'd feel bad. I'm not saying that will be the amount that I don't know if we're gonna have stuff left over or if it's gonna be more than that. But it's just that had to be paid immediately. So it's just like, ugh. I appreciate that. But we did hit our goal. Just a little shampoo. Shaved face was the time I have to work tomorrow. Actually, no, it's not. It's not military stuff. My shaved face is because I facilitated a PT test on Wednesday. The guy passed easily, but I'm the ACFT NCOIC of my unit. Ooh, it's nice. Like aerate a little bit. So they're like, hey, are you free Wednesday? I'm like, yes, I will be free. So, but I was in uniform for it. I don't know if I had to be in uniform for it, but I decided it was the appropriate thing to do. And if I'm in uniform, I have to be shaved. So, not a 300. Well, it's not even 300 anymore. It's a score of like on a scale of 600, maybe. I don't know, because it's a bunch more events. I like the ACFT better. I think it's a better measurement of physical ability, but it takes so much longer to do. Oh, my 2 miles is not fast. I don't run nearly as much as I should these days. Oh, that is nice. I'm the DeCastro screenshot are we talking about? Yes, the old James Bond. Shaken, not stirred. Listen, I'm here to stop criminals or something. Whatever James Bond does, the spy stuff. Yes. Sleeping Beauty trilogy. Linz. Yeah, so Mr. DeCastro had a stream, I guess yesterday. Some people made me aware of where he's talking about recording things. I didn't see the whole thing, but if I got the gist correct, he essentially has two phones. One that he gets calls on, the other one that he records those calls on. So my understanding, this might not be correct, is that when he gets a call, he takes one phone, hits record on it. He answers the other phone. I believe his explanation was, I want to hear their immediate reaction when they first say something, their immediate emotion, so I have that captured. It's important to get all of that because, I imagine that, if you're like, hold on, let me turn on my recorder, that might give him time to calm down. He wants an emotional impact, but just for personal use. Then he showed his phone, and on the screen, it appeared to be a folder called Recordings. And in that, it had a recording titled Court W. Peritini. Court with Peritini. That's me. I'm Peritini. It was something like 2 minutes long, which is about how long our court proceedings usually last. So my thought was, and this was August 1st with the date on it, that on our August 1st hearing, once it was our turn, he hit recorded those 2 minutes. Now, you're not allowed to do that. You have to get permission from the court. I believe there's a statement they say, like, hey, you don't, like, recording's not allowed. I don't recall if they say that every time. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing them say that. That might just be me misremembering, but it is a thing. It's California Rule 1.510, I believe, that says you got to ask for permission if you want to record. Now, small personal devices, sure, that might be allowed, but you have to ask first. Otherwise, that can be grounds for sanctions. It can be grounds for a few things. So I don't know of any permission that Mr. DeCastro received. If he did receive permission, that's great. If he did ask for it, that would be the appropriate thing to do. But it's not just that he had a picture of it. He actually said, see this, court with Peritini. I record everything. Something along those lines. So not only did he show it, he also said it. And that's, well, I hope that he got permission. Especially since I had been telling him, like, listen, Mr. Castro, I am going to be recording any phone calls between us for my personal records because I don't trust you, basically. I already have a protection order against you for the threats that you issued against me or to me or about me. So it's going to be recorded. And he went, no, it's not. And he made a fuss to the judge. And the judge was like, all right, we're not going to do that. If he causes any problems, you just let the court know and we'll put in for a protection order out of California. Okay. Problem is, it's a lot easier to do that with a recording, but it's fine. If we're not allowed to do that, we're not allowed to do that. But now that he's saying he records everything, oh boy, that's certainly a potential problem. Not just with California rules of civil procedures and all that, or local rules or whatever it is, but also legally, not every state allows you to record phone calls. The way I did it was not going to be illegal. Because in California and Washington, it's a two-party consent state. So anyone in the conversation that's being recorded electronically has to consent, if that conversation is private, which a phone call would be, has to consent to that recording. However, there is case law saying that if they are aware that it is being recorded, that's fine, because their choice to remain in that conversation is essentially implied consent. Which is why when you have phone calls for businesses, it often says, this phone call is being recorded for training purposes or for quality assurance purposes. They let you know. So if you complain, hey, they were recording me, that's illegal. No, you knew. So by staying in that conversation, in that phone call, you consented to it. I made it very clear that any phone call between us would be recorded. And so it wouldn't have been a crime on my end. But it could have been other things, depending on how it interfered with the case. So it didn't last long. To find out that he's doing that, though, probably isn't going to help him. I won't give too many details, though. And also, yeah, Chili got in trouble for that in Massachusetts. I remember there was a video released of someone that recorded the hearing. I don't remember if he actually got in trouble for that, but you might be right there. So, yes. That's essentially all I know. There might be more to it. There might be less. You know how I get. But I'm thinking, that is, now that my palate's a little more cleansed, that is pretty good. My palate's not cleansed enough to get the full picture, but a solid choice. It's not too crazy. It's not too simple. It's a nice choice. I have some that are like kind of weird in a way that I like. But this is a very, I want to say like a very general middle of the road thing. But it feels insulting. It's not. That's like a compliment. Like, this is very appealing when you don't want it to get too weird. I just need something to sip. What was it? I'll tell you guys what it was. Woodinville bourbon whiskey. Yeah. No, that's good. Down the road from the... Oh, okay, yeah. That name's come up before, I think. Glowing review. When you don't want to get too weird, drink for a loco. No, it's nice. It's a nice, subtle, smooth, just a good... Because sometimes, like, there are things I like when I like it, right? And I have them in my cabinet. I love it when I love it. But sometimes I don't want it. This feels like something I'm not going to not want if I'm looking for a nice sip and something, right? Does that make sense? Like, I got one that's like real smoky, but I'm not always in the mood for smoky. But when I'm in the mood for smoky, it's exactly what I want. But this is just a good simple thing. It's a well done simple thing. Or maybe I'm just making it up. Who knows? No, it's nice. I'll have to look for more. Look more at the Windville stuff. Yeah. Where was I? What chapter were we on? 4, 5, 18? It's not 18. We have not made it that far. We're on chapter 5, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Yes. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam, it means you're a prep or a poser. P-O-S-R. Poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore, S-W-O-R, is cause, that's with a Z, he had a headache. H-E-D-A-C-H-E. I just want you to know what I have to look at and say. It's incredible. Okay, and on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex with 2 exes. Not 3. That'd be too much. But 2 exes. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. R-E-V-O-I-W-S. R-E-V-O-I-W-S. Yes, that's it. XX. Oh, we're going to do the amount of X's this time, so you know. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX Draco, and I follow him. There it goes. English language. Bye. All right. You ludicrous fool. Spelled like the musician. You ludicrous. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood. That seems healthy. It's cancer. Sorry for anyone who has cancer. If you're crying tears of blood, go to a doctor. Down my pallid face, Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing? You mediocre dunces. You like that? Yeah. I've been holding out on you. Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Not as good of a Snape, demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, because I love her. Oh. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall, they'd known each other for like a minute. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, fine. Very well. What does Professor Snape sound like? You're up to something. No, that's Squidward. Give him Squidward. Fine. Very well. You may go up to your rooms. It's terrible. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, ... Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight and he reluctantly went back into his room. And that's chapter 5. Oh no, Linz. Okay, John. I believe it. Read Dumbledore's ludicrous. Hey, yo, what's up? What's ludicrous sound like? I'm just dying. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something. We're trying a thing. We're doing a thing with the stuff. Booty boo boo. Hi, chat. Tell me what you think, chat. Let me know what you're feeling. This feel like a good read? I feel good about it. So last summer said, this is just a chick wanting to talk about her dream wardrobe. Yes. It sure feels that way, doesn't it? All right, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I'll explain in a moment. I won't explain. You'll see what I'm talking about. We just need some mood lighting, which means, yes. Ooh, we can see. Oh, it's doing it. Oh, yeah. Get that red in there. Like that? That's not bad. Let me change this as well. What happens? Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Yep. I got stuff. A delightful time, says John. That's what John's having, is a delightful time. Ice Blade. I can't read that. I mean, I read it. I can't say it. But it made me laugh. It did. Andrew Thompson, think about war crimes and seeing red. Yes. Oh boy, that's a very bright light. It's fine. Well, it was darker. I'll do this later at night or early in the morning. I won't be prepared for this early in the morning. That'd be a problem. In the winter, though, we have the fireplace going, and it'll be dark, and we'll get all the mood lighting. It'll be great. All right, chapter 5. Nope, didn't have my piggy. Didn't have the piggy. God, they're so good. For those wanting your own piggy, from Candy Club, Pink Piglets, sour raspberry gummy. This is not in the garage, unfortunately. Don't mind my bare feet there. All right, that's not my bare feet. Go on, like the wiki feet or whatever. Anyway, shall we? Bad Kirk Sproggenberry Sue fic was out. Oh, goodness. Does the bone throne stay set up in the living room all year long? It does. I don't know where else to put it. I also have an extra, bolt for it. I don't know where this goes. But it's part of this. Maybe I'll figure it out. No? Maybe it goes directly in the back. Nope, just bounced my head off that. Unless, wait, I might have found it. Nope, didn't find it. All right. It just exists. I don't know what to do with it. People would pay to have their stories printed and take the fanzines to conventions and try to sell the stories. I mean, what a great way to make money. The people saying, okay, pay me to publish your story. Love it. Yes. Is Will still here? Is he still reading the chat? He's probably still observing the chat. All right. Author's note, chapter 6. Shut up, preps, okay? Shut is spelled S-H-J-T. I assume it's shut. P.S. I will not update until you give me good reviews. I assume that's supposed to mean I won't update until you give me good reviews. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX XXX. In case you were wondering. Where's one get a bone thrown? Home Depot. Probably around this time. Like, get it while you can. I really want the giant, like, 10-foot skeleton, but oh boy, do they sell out quickly. And also, I do not need one. Not the one with the eyes. I don't like the one with the electric eyes. Just give me the normal ones. I'm not that fancy. I would leave it out all year, though. All right, chapter 6. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. That sounds like a bad thing to do to your hair. But okay, I'm not the expert here. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk. Blood, blah, blah, blah. And a glass of red blood, as opposed to blue blood, I assume. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top, which was black, so you wouldn't be able to tell. It's fine. Bastardo! No, she says bastard. I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. Oh my goodness, just like her hair, I think. Except no, she spray painted hers purple. Uh-oh, is there going to be a love triangle? I bet it's going to cause a problem. And she'd be like, oh, I'm too beautiful. Oh, wait, no, they talked about her saying that in the introduction, the preface. Oh, great. Okay, we get to look forward to that. That's fine. Oh, there's the penthouse. I never thought it would happen to me. We're not reading those. Or are we? That's going to be a subscriber only. Or a member only stream, that's for sure. All right. Where was I? He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing blacks. It was going down his face. I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses, just like Draco's. What do you mean he didn't have glasses anymore? Is this supposed to be Harry? It is. Okay, I skipped forward. And there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. Shouldn't all of them have that? They're at Hogwarts? It's fine. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. Okay. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him. Kind of like... Okay, you know what? I will read this. But I'll do it as Zap Brannigan. Kind of like an erection. Only I'm a girl, so I don't get one, you sicko. House of Guards. No. Anyway, okay. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I explained. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Really? Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, I roared, because that's a normal thing. Yeah, I roared. This must be the, oh, you found the thesaurus. Now you're just trying things out. Okay. Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me. So I went away with him. And that's the end of chapter 6. Sip more of this. I can't. Chapter 7 is titled Bring Me to Life. Very on the nose. Wake me up inside. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a nice bite. it's much better. I don't know if you guys ever do this with whiskey. You put like just a drop of water. It sort of mellows it out a little bit so you can get more flavor. This would be so good. I feel like that would be fantastic. 'Cause now that's sort of aerated a little bit. Lynn says Harry Potter turns into a cannibal. It's a matter of taste, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is the original story about, I think this author got a hold of J.K. Rowling's original notes and went, yeah, we can publish these. This is probably what the story actually was originally, for sure. That's right, Ice Blade. Jeff Hart says, I run a haunted house every year for a local organization. People love to sit in it for photos, and we ask them to tag the zoo for us. I want to work. Last year, there was an opportunity. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take it because of other commitments, but there was, they were looking for actors for a haunted house. Let me tell you, I would love to do that. Just get the pants off people. Ooh. I also looked into, I don't know, like sometimes I just get this thought of like, I should just do other weird, interesting things. Right now, like I got a resume. Like security, I got a resume. But sometimes I think, wouldn't it be fun to get more into the world of not acting per se, but just like creative stuff. So there's an opening for like doing tours of Seattle. I think it would just close before I saw it, for like the haunted Seattle tours. That sounds like so much fun. I'd really love to do that, but I don't know. I don't know if I could like fit it into a schedule, but I'd have fun with that. I've always thought I'd make a great bartender because I could just tell stories and talk to people and serve drinks. I don't drink that much. I like making drinks more than I like drinking drinks. Maybe when I retire. Let's be that old grizzled bartender with stories. Point Defiance. Oh, good old Point Defiance. Yes. What's the Cheers? What's the doc? For those, some of you have seen Cheers. Cheers is such a fun show. Not the main bartender character, but the older one. Coach, that's the one. I knew it was a syllable. That's right, because baseball. I saw the first season. I was in the second season. I got to return to it. I enjoyed it. Coach it is. Jeff says, Blue, I've been doing it since I was 12 in 1982 in community theater. I run one for the zoo here in town for the Halloween fundraiser event. Yes. The Oxford Saloon is Snohomish. Ooh, maybe I should. Definitely remind me. All right, chat. All right, Coach. There's a delay, folks. There's a delay. If you're in Washington, by the way, if you've never been to the Georgetown morgue. Oh, all right. We're putting this on pause because I gotta take a break. Georgetown morgue is was an actual morgue, and it was infamous at one time, decades ago, I believe. Basically, someone came in and forced the employees of the morgue at gunpoint into one of the crematoriums and then locked them in and lit it up. I want to say 7 people died. That might be too many. That feels like too many. We're gonna look it up. We're looking it up. There's a lot of For Local in me. You think I'm gonna stay on topic? No, that's ridiculous. Georgetown morgue. Now, how much of this is true, I don't know. Give me your story. What happened at the Georgetown morgue? Boop. All right. Oh, 9 of their staff, not 7. I thought 7 was too many. No, 9 of the staff were forced in the crematorium chamber. There was no surviving witnesses, nor were suspects ever identified. Recently, a gruesome stench has been filling the air around the Georgetown area. Yeah, so apparently, they suspect they were forced in at gunpoint, because otherwise, how would you get 9 people in the crematorium? But there were no witnesses. Just they discovered that 9 employees were burned alive. Horrifying, right? So they do a haunted house every year in the morgue, and it is a good one. It's a lot of fun. I had to stop going for 2 reasons. One, I was talking about defensive postures and the mosh pit. That's what I end up doing in a haunted house as well. Last thing I want is to actually end up striking out at somebody. This is just, it just happens. I haven't punched anyone. When I get shocked, the hands go up. I've never thrown, but I worry I might. 2, once you realize they are not allowed to touch you, it gets a lot less scary. So they're like the people with the chainsaws that don't have the chains on them, and they'll rev them up and like chase you around. If you just stand there, like they don't know what to do. And it's just like, oh, okay, immersion broken. So once you realize like they can't touch you, it's just jump scares to that point. The cheapest form of scares. Effective, but cheapest form. And so that means they're either, I'm going to get jumped and accidentally throw a punch, or I'm going to sit there and go, you can't touch me. What are you going to do? So I loved it. It's, as far as haunted houses go, and I don't have much experience with haunted houses, it's a good one. They did a great job. There was 1 year when I went, the only light in there, you had like a little light that you put on your finger. And that was the only illumination you had. And let me tell you, that was because like one person in your group gets it. So you're all huddled around that person trying to see. And it's such a vibe. It's so good. But after going a few times, I was like, not knowing that they can't touch you definitely makes a difference in my brain, because now I know there's not a threat. So the fear response isn't the same. And I started to look at ones where like they can go hands on. And there was like, was it? There's some guy who like he made you sign up like a long waiver. He was did like physical interrogations with special forces or something, and would just essentially torture you until you broke. As the haunted house. I'm like, okay, that's a little too much. But the ones where, you know, there's sort of an in-between, but I worry I would start fighting. That my brain would just go, okay, start attacking. They're touching you. They're hands-on. They're trying to make you do things. Fight. I worry that would happen. So I can't do that. So I haven't been to a haunted house in a while because there's no escalation past a normal haunted house that I think I could safely be a part of without getting myself into some trouble. Not that I'm a violent or aggressive person. I'm not trying to be, oh, I'm such a badass. No, I know just enough to lose a fight. But I worry that I'm accidentally going to just instinctively just boom. And I do not want that. I don't. So, yeah. I'd go back through it, though, with other people, mostly just to watch the other people. I'd go back through. Oxford, all right, I'll check the Oxford Saloon, because while I'm being distracted. It's the Four Locos. Ooh, embalming needles, you say? Oh, so last summer. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. Oxford Saloon. Oh, it's right there. It's the Homish. All right. Haunted history. Let's go. Gems of Storks and Homish is the Oxford Saloon. It was built in 1900, and for a decade it was known as Black Men's Dry Goods Store. It then became a saloon, and over the years it has changed owners and uses, but each owner incorporated Oxford in its name. When it was remodeled as a saloon, the owners added vestibule to the entrance, with a stairway leading to several rooms on the second floor. These were supposed to be boarding house rooms, but there are rumors that a prominent local businesswoman named Kathleen, or Catherine, rented them as high-class bordello. She did not go into the saloon, but kept an office at the local Eagles Lodge, where she made reservations for her high-toned clientele. High-toned. All right. Over the years, the Oxford Saloon was often the scene of violence, especially around the basement, a men's card room, and the bar. One well-documented killing was that of a policeman named Henry. He was a regular at the Oxford and may have moonlighted as a bouncer. One night, there was a fight, and when Henry attempted to break it up, he was knifed and died in the melee. Henry seemed to have stuck around and actually enjoys certain aspects of ghosthood. He hangs out around the stairs looking to the basement and has been seen many times in the ladies' restroom. Okay, I get you, Henry. I get you. Seen and felt, as many women report being pinched by him. However, Henry always disappeared when confronted. The second floor of the Oxford is now rented out as offices, but at least 3 ghosts seem to remain from the Oxford's darker days. One is a man in a bowler hat, and the others are 2 women. Some people believe one is Kathleen, who eventually lived upstairs. She is seen as an older woman, dressed in a purple dress with purple bows. The other woman is Amelia, one of Kathleen's girls. Oxford Saloons to Homish. Oh, sorry. It's written very strangely. It's copy and paste or something without editing. Beginning in 2005, Washington State Ghost Society performed several investigations at the Oxford Saloon. Weird Washington spoke with Russ. Okay, I knew Weird Washington. Spoke with Russ and Sandy, who remembers the WSGS, the Washington State Ghost Society, at the time, but went on to found FOG Paranormal, or Fog Paranormal. So there's that's fun. How far away is that from me? Let's find out. Let's do a little bit of digging here. Oxford Saloon home is 58 miles. 1 hour, 16 minutes. That's not bad. That is not too shabby. Jeff Hart says, Blue, we always take safety for all in mind. When I build one, the audience and actors are out of arm's length from each other for that reason. That's a good call. Yeah, I don't remember that being really a problem at the morgue, other than sometimes you get chased and then like they get too close and they have to stop and it's just like, oh, okay. I think that's what sort of ended it for me. It was like that happened and then I was just like, okay, what are you gonna do? So I'm not like run away kind of a guy. Like when it's time to stand fight, like, okay. And then we just sort of stopped. It was like, this is awkward. All right. And after that, it was just sort of like, oh, they can't touch me. And don't get me wrong, Georgetown Morgue, wonderful. I would absolutely go back. It was just that, of course, that's going to be the experience. It's going to be an experience anywhere. They did the right thing. They made the right call, just stopping. Because they had to. I was the one that ruined it for myself, essentially. But if you get to go to the Georgetown Morgue, yes, and remember, 9 people died there because they were forced into the crematorium and burned alive. And it was an actual morgue. I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. It's such a good one. Anyway. Where was I? Haunted house set up in its garage. Oh, heck yeah. John, you give me those ideas. You let me know. Maybe this Halloween. Maybe I'll find some time to actually participate in some ghostly shenanigans. But let's read chapter 7. Chapter 7, Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, W-E-L. Okay, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews, R-E-V-I-U-W-S, and BTW, I won't write the, R-I-T-E, the next chapter until I get 10, not 10, but 10, excuse me, God Vons. Stove flaming or I'll report you. That's not, okay. Ebony, I think it's supposed to be, is it Ebony, or Enemy? That's fine. Isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. Not Satanist, Satanist. And she has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. Love Exorcism 666 and XXXXX. It's weird that the author's notes are written like that, but the rest of it isn't so much. Like it's still sort of like that, but not nearly the same degree. It's okay. Oh, Griff Guy, you gotta do it. Let me all I have to do is read this fanfic now. Halloween people run screaming. I'll get a megaphone. Hold on, we got a little bit of a little bit of that Four Loko ASMR. This Four Loko is pretty good. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting used to them. They're still not great, but I'm definitely getting used to them. And the lemonade one's pretty good for a Four Loko. Sorry, this thing. Drake and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. C does that sound like a Mary Sue to you. That's C, not S-E-E, but the letter C. Does that sound like a Maru Sue, like Kobayashi Maru? Oh, okay. To you, the letter, or the number 2, letter 2. Number 2, not the spelling. And then U, single letter U. C, does that sound like a Maru Sue to you? It's fine. I waved to Vampire, which is Harry Potter, by the way. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, ... We started Frenching passively. We found it, folks. The passive Frenching. I think it was intended to be passionately, but it's not. It's passively. And we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up. Yes, before I took of my top. Then I took off my black leather bra, and he took off his pants. Okay, remember these are juveniles, and I'm not sure this is allowed. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine, and we had sex. Neighbors will be very curious about that. See, is that stupid? Yes, Arthur. It's very stupid. But I'm here for it. Thank you for writing this, by the way. I do appreciate it. Oh, Draco. Oh, Draco, why did you put your boy's thing inside of my thing? Oh, Draco. Okay, ooh, no, I don't like that side of me. It's fine. I screamed while getting, okay. When all of a sudden, we're skipping half of a sentence. When all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, vampire. I was so angry. You best! I shouted angrily, jumping out of bed. Or the bed, in fact. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you effing idiot, I shouted, censoring the words. You probably, oh boy, I'm sorry about this. You probably have AIDS anyway. What? I'm not saying she spelled enthusiastically correctly. But she did spell enthusiastically correctly, it looks like. All right. Okay. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. I bet she's going to Harry Potter. It's fine. Draco ran out, even though he was naked. He had a really big, you know what. But I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom. Okay, yeah. In Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you mother effer! Censoring myself again. I yelled, why? Is Draco and Vampire getting it on? Are they canoodling? Now this is a story. I'm here for it. I'm all about this. I'm shocked there are still people watching this. That's fine. We're on chapter 8, by the way. How many chapters? We're at 13% of the way through this. And we are not doing it fast. Jeff Hart, thanks so much, says this is not fan fiction. It's just a scathing indictment of the American education system. It's genius. It's a cultural phenomenon. Oh, that paper's good. Just bear with me. Andrew says, I'm invested at this point. Same, Andrew. No, Vampire, D-Man. Vampire is a name that Harry Potter's decided to go by these days. So, yes. Maybe I should write a book. Be better than this. No, it wouldn't. This is incredible. Who am I kidding? L1 next guy. Yes. It is my immortal. Yes. Woo! It's the time. I'm glad I have this Four Loko. I intend to do more of this. If you guys want. You have to let me know, though. You have to, oh boy. I thought the Four Loko would make it easier. I think it's made it difficult in a different direction. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Spelling would be better. Lynn's good point. Still can't get over a vampire wearing crosses. Yeah, apparently everyone's a vampire or wants to be a vampire. Who knows? She's a vampire. Harry Potter just likes the taste of human blood, but isn't a vampire. And Draco's not a vampire, but is goth. Everyone's goth, it would seem. But does have a vampire tattoo on him, which has upset our main character for some reason. I suspect that it's because Draco and Harry Potter, now known as Vampire, the vampire formerly known as Harry Potter, might have canoodled. Although one could argue it's just, I'm getting on with a vampire, and that's why I have this tattoo. But I don't know. Also, why would you get that tattoo? If you're getting on with this girl, and you're also getting on with this guy, why would you make that clear if you're trying to hide it? It's fine. L1, next guy, I think it's mine, says, all right, heard of, never read, LOL. Well, welcome to the party. It's a time. All right, I'm going to adjust some lighting. Then we're going to get back into it. He's Dumbledore and spanking with the flying broom. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we'll keep that as that. That's fine. What if we... Ooh! Oh. How do we feel about this, folks? This might be a little much. We can make it a party. Oh, the police are here. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had a sound on that. What is this? Fireworks? I don't remember that. A little bit of, ooh, lightning. Okay, you know what? That's a lot of lightning. Can we slow down that lightning? Is that an option? I guess not. Paparazzi? Oh, I'm so sorry if any of you are sensitive to that. Oh no, it's just worse. A fire truck. Let's go back to party. Am I able to edit this? In any? Okay, it's fine. Oh, wait. Yes, there are ambulance. We're not keeping that. The fire truck. You got the no. With the oh, stop it. Oh boy, it's it's a mess. Okay, we fixed it. Sort of a pink. Is that bright enough? Up the saturation, up the brightness. Ooh. Make it. Oh, that's a good red. That is better. I'm so sorry, so last summer. I didn't mean for it to, I was trying to, it's fine. Sorry about that. I do apologize. So last summer says there's a teen vampire series where they basically grow a tattoo overnight when they become vampires. It just happens. It isn't a contagious thing. So like My Little Pony, but vampires. Isn't that a thing? Why do I know that? Would they like get pictures on them? Oh, I don't know. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm being accurate with that. Sorry, ladies. No. I'm chat. Once we find out if I have it right, we can we can get back into it. Chat just shuts up so we don't get back into it. That would be fair. Rennie's still alive. She's still alive. She liked one of my videos on TikTok, so we know she's alive. Just still incredibly busy, and she probably will be for a while. But she is alive. Oh, Griff Kai, I bet there are. I bet there are. Okay, so last summer says tattoos. Yeah, actually, they even differ based on their character traits. Okay, yeah, so I had it right. Maybe I think. Maybe I'll even look into it. I probably won't, but maybe I will. All right, chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flashing. Okay, I think that's supposed to be flaming. I don't know why there's so much difficulty using a keyboard, but it's fine. So I'm not even gonna answer that. Stop flashing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep, because preps are a bad thing. Okay. Oh, Shelly, thank you for subscribing. It's right over there. Okay, yeah. Sorry, X, 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 bunch of X's, 666, bunch of X's, as usual. Everyone in the class stared at me. Remember, she was calling out our boy, Harry Potter. Vampire Potter, excuse me. You mother effer. That's what she said. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, still, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend, Bloody Mary Smith, not bloody, B''Loody. Don't know why, but Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. What? What does that even mean? It's fine. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair. A lot of people are doing that these days. And opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. Again, this is the second time I've dropped this. The second time that someone has smiled, flipped their hair, smiled at a person, the main character, flipped their hair, and then opened their eyes. What is happening at this school? I have questions. Why are people keeping their eyes closed? John Cody says, don't run around naked in school. I agree with that. Yeah, that's how you get charged with sex crimes. Although they're juveniles, so. All right. Where was I? She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. I'm sorry, what? Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father went to the farm upstate with all the other animals that you used to have as pets because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. I assume this is Bloody Mary Smith, who is Hermione. But Hermione Smith, not Granger, because converting to Satanism gives you a very generic last name, of course. I did not know this. I'm learning a lot. What I appreciate about this is I'm learning so much about Satanism and goth culture as a whole. So that is very exciting. Next guy asked, didn't it come out as a teen girl who wrote this? I don't know that it did. I suspect so. And I was not a better writer as a kid. I'm probably not a better writer now. I think I am. But yeah, if I was a teenager, 12 years old, 14, I don't know, whatever. I can't imagine I'd be better than this. I mean, it's a lot. I don't think it's fine. Like I'm choosing to assume this is a teenager because otherwise I have some concerns. But if I'm assuming this is a teenager, I'd feel bad about going too hard on this because of course they're not that good. I'm actually very much enjoying this, but here we are. So you gotta start somewhere. Put it out there. Be brave enough to put out your stuff. Learn, grow, keep doing it. Anyway, what is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Wait a second. Hold on. Vampire is Harry Potter. Okay. Vampire and main character were not in a relationship. So how would that be? Like, Draco would be cheating, potentially, depending on the nature of the relationship. Not the other way around. It would be funny if they used the word paramour because, the band. But anyway, everyone gasped. I didn't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy effer. Censoring. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems. Now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. This apparently is the main character's inner dialogue. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, effing right. F off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility. That's not the correct word. To Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. That is the end of chapter 8. What are our thoughts? I need another pig in my life. Listen, Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey were better written than this. I'm not saying they were amazing. I have not read 50 Shades, to be fair, but I assume it was better than this. I did read some of the Twilight stuff. It wasn't great. It was not great, but it wasn't this. I was a much younger man at the time. Gift Guy says, back in the 70s, I wrote a school paper on Star Trek. Star Trek. And its fandom. Brought up that fan fiction is mostly written by women and gave them a place to improve their writing. See, that's the thing, is you got to start somewhere. But you also, if you're going to put it out into the world, you got to pay attention to the criticism. This person doesn't seem to want to pay attention to the criticism. It's about, you better like what I'm writing or else. Which is, I think, maybe the wrong mentality to have regarding this sort of thing. Like, I understand it. You know, you're proud of your work, etc. But what you like and what other people like might be two completely different things. Who's the director that loves feet? Sorry, that's a crazy way to say it. Pulp Fiction. Hateful Eight. He did Hateful Eight, right? That sounds right. Someone will get it from that. Oh, it's right there. Kill Bill. Quentin Tarantino. Thank you, I explained. Yeah, so someone asked him like why he makes movies the way he makes movies, or who he makes movies for. And I guess in the interview he said, and I didn't see the interview, I just saw someone talking about the interview. I guess he said, I make movies for me, what I would want to watch, and I just hope that other people have the same taste as I do. Fair. You know? When I write music, there's music I've written that is for me. There's stuff I wrote to run to. I don't care if other people like it. I like it. It's what pumps me up. I wrote it because I didn't find anything else that met the criteria of what I wanted, and so I just went out and I wrote it. I like my music. Other people might not. But it's sort of that. Sometimes you got to write it for you. Sometimes you write it for other people. But if you're writing it and putting it out into public, saying, hey, here you go, other people, as opposed to, this is just for me. If people are like, this sucks and here's why, it may behoove you to take that criticism and implement it into your writing, or to, you know what I'm saying. Improve it. If people are reaching out, I get it. The internet sometimes sucks at being helpful, but take the criticism as a lesson, or don't. But if you want to improve, if you want to make stuff that is palatable to a wider audience, sometimes you gotta. I digress. John Cody says, as an artist, you have to at least sort of enjoy what you're working on. And there's nothing wrong with some self-indulgence. See, I agree with that. And there are times I see people write or create or draw or film or whatever, things that are super niche. That is stuff that they think is very important. That is just a super niche thing. And you're just like, there's a reason that's not as successful as you want it to be. Because to the people who are in that exact niche, oh boy, I bet it's the bee's knees. But super niche. Like my stuff, super niche. But I understand that. And I cater to this tiny little crowd. Because I like our crowd. I like you guys. You guys are great. Thanks for being here. But I digress. Joshua Lee says, is this about the My Immortal fanfic? It is! More Four Loco ASMR, by the way. That. Just dip it for good measure. Oh, goodness. All right. That is the end of Four Loco. I used to write, but I destroyed all of it. Well, that might be for the best. No, I'm just kidding. I bet it was wonderful. I bet. And even if it was nothing. It was a moment in time where you grew as a person, as a writer, as a creator. Because you're not going to grow by doing nothing. Put it on paper. Make an attempt. Learn from it. Even if it's a small, tiny little thing as you learn. And maybe you realize what you learned is that you don't want to write. But that's still something. That's an improvement. It's bettering you as a person. So I'm glad that you wrote. I appreciate that you wrote. Even if we never see any of it. Thank you. Let's get into chapter 9. Excuse me. Oh, John Coyote. Yes, there's also definitely people who don't know how to give criticism. I agree with that. Moving on. But yeah, sorry. Not to, I saw that one. That's a great point. I want to comment on that because wonderful point. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't, DNTN, I think that means didn't, read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's with a Z. It's with a Z. Not my fault, F-O-L-T, if Dumbledore swears. The Swedes, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now, he never liked Harry, is because he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCRRX. XXX, XXX. So I think that was supposed to mean, stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movies, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snape doesn't like Harry now is because he's a Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. I don't know what MCR Rocks is, but okay. MCR the band? That thing? It's fine. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a sudden, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose. Okay, yes. And everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movies. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't Gothic. It was Voldemort. Which I think we figured out when it said, like, Voldemort in the movies. But, what do I know? No! I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted, Imperius! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. I'm sorry, Crookshanks is the cat who hasn't been introduced as a character in this story. Okay, Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Wait, sadist? Wants to do harm. Wants to be harmed. Yeah, okay. Shay, thank you so much, says, Dolly drew what he wanted to F his critics. Oh, yeah, Dolly. I mean, and look at him now. He's killing it. I mean, dead, but, like, his stuff is a lot of fun. Very interesting. Already did a reading of Dinosaur Erotica. Blue Bacon basically says, hold my beer, LOL, says Joshua. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily even, like, I think what Artie did is a lot tougher than this. This is just fun. What he did was a lot. There was a Chuck Tingle. There was a Chuck Tingle one. It was what was it? I'll read the title of it. This is what we were going to read before I found this. Because it was free and it sounded like fun and other people asked for it. So where was it? Someone's gonna say it before I get to it. Bear with me. Okay. No. Trans Wizard Harriet Porber and the bad boy. Hold on. Parasaurolophus, which is a type of dinosaur. Parasaurolophus. Yep, that's right. Parasaurolophus. We almost read that one because there were some quotes from that I saw that looked incredible. Chuck Tingle is. I've never read anything by Chuck Tingle, but I've seen some of the titles, and they are interesting. Google it right now. By the way, greatest vampire book I've written is called Blood-Sucking Fiends by Christopher Moore. This is Andrew Thompson. Fair enough. We get a striptease. Ooh, almost had it. All right, that's all you get. Hope you enjoyed that. Now I missed my bow tie. It's too late. All right, the bow tie's off. Now we're in business. I was about to say something when I saw that. Oh yeah, one of my favorite stories that I read as a kid. It was a series of short stories, and one of them was, and I found it again. I haven't reread it, but it was vampires and vampire hunters, but they were essentially aliens. And there was this fight scene that took place in like a matter of seconds, but it was described, like all the events were being described with the amount of time it took. And I just thought it was such an interesting take on the genre. I liked the author at the time. I don't know if I still would. But the author wrote some Star Wars books, and there was one about it was a sci-fi thing where this teenager, this young adult, I don't know, gets this dragon tattoo that's like a living creature, like it gives him like special abilities, kind of. And it sounds ridiculous when I say that, but I had a lot of fun with those books. I really enjoyed them. I cannot. Why is Paolini popping in my head? Is Paolini the author? Christopher Paolini? No, that's the Aragon guy. That's a different dragon. Sci-fi or dragon tattoo book. We're gonna find out. We're never gonna find this. Is this it? Dragon Thief? Timothy Zahn. Okay, Timothy Zahn. It was Timothy Zahn. I think it was Timothy Zahn that wrote this short story. I could be wrong about that. I just remember that I had read a bunch of Timothy Zahn books at the time, and it was a series. It was a book. It was a compilation of short sci-fi stories, and it was either him or it was a different guy that I had been reading. No, it's not Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh yeah, no. Touche. Yes, correct. That appears to be Chuck's favorite word. Dr. Nimrod, how far are we thinking? How far am I going? I'll have to run it by some people. But how far are we finding? Now, if you like a good dragon story, and you like a good history thing, there's a series of books about the Napoleonic War. You know how much I love the Napoleonic War. I don't know much about it, but I play Holdfast a lot. It's Napoleonic War, except dragons exist. And so it's naval warfare, basically from the perspective of a sailor in naval warfare. But dragons exist, and they factor that into the tactics. And it's a lot of fun. There's some dry parts where it's like politics, but that's important if you're world building. Temeraire, Temeraire. I read that as a young adult, teenager. I tried to get back into it, and I did, and then I ran out of time to actually continue reading it, I guess. But if you like history and you like fantasy, it's a really nice combination of both. So if you ever read the Master and Commander series, but also want dragons in it, it's basically that. It's like Master and Commander with dragons. I liked it. I thought it was great. But hold on, someone said something. D-Man says Timothy Zahn wrote an amazing Star Wars book. His Star Wars books were great. What I remember of them anyway. He was always my favorite for the Star Wars books. I didn't read too many of them, but like I tried someone that wasn't Timothy Zahn. I went, this is not as good. This cons now. Oh. Griff Kai's got it. Yes. Make terrible jokes. All right. Dr. Nimran says, how low will you go? Will you stoop to chilly levels of depravity, or do you still want to have respect tomorrow? That depends on what's on the table. Make me an offer. I'm full of Four Loko. Now, being full of Four Loko, anything I agree to cannot be, you can't hold me to it. I'm not in the state of mind to agree to any contract or sent to any agreements, contracts or not. So, Naomi Novik. That sounds right. They're a lot of fun. Give the first one a read if you like it. Basically it's just some rando sailor on a British vessel. They capture a foreign vessel they're fighting with. Spanish, French, I don't know. I think it might have been French. That feels right. They capture a French vessel, and on that vessel they have a dragon's egg, a Chinese dragon's egg, a very, very rare one. And I guess this sailor, this is like a decade ago, folks, so bear with me. I guess the sailor was sort of like tasked with guarding it, but then when the egg hatched, which it was not supposed to, as early as it did, but it hatched, they had to deal with it. It bonded to that just rando sailor. And this dragon is basically dragon nobility. It's this incredibly, incredibly rare, like whatever dragon from China. Because China sort of is like, yes, this is our gift to France to be like, we are allies, like we're not trying to mess with you. So like, here's our generous whatever. But now this sailor is part of high society because he has this incredibly, incredibly just ridiculous dragon. And they can't get rid of him because then the dragon is bonded to him. The dragon's like, well, you go, I go. And the British military like needs this dragon. So they have to train this sailor up on all of this stuff. Well, sort of like resenting him a little bit for there being this low, like, you just got it. Like, ugh. As opposed to like being born into it. Okay, because you didn't just get it. It's fine. It's a whole thing. It's a lot of fun. I'm probably making it sound really terrible, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great story. And I thought there was a lot of thought put into it. But yes, Touche says, you can't drive safely, you can't agree to something and be held accountable. I agree with that. Although I am responsible for my own consumption of liquids as I hunch over this microphone like a lunatic, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde action over here. But, good to have you here, D-Man. Appreciate it. So, Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr might not be enough. Blue Bacon, by the way, I missed how things went with your lawsuit with Chile. I'm still ongoing. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it, though, as I always have, but more so now, I think. Jai Cody. Yes, basically it. All right, let's give it a... Oh, listen here, you. The bolt from the chair, I don't know where it goes. Probably in the back somewhere, but that's in the back. I don't want to go to it. All right, another chapter. Oh boy, I've been fighting it. I don't want to read this chapter, but I will. We're doing a long stream. We're not going to finish this, by the way. Chapter 9. Oh yeah, we found out that Snape doesn't like Harry because he's Christian. Okay. And Harry is a who goes by the name Vampire now, is a Satanist because all the cool people are, apparently. Wait, no, I already read this. Oh yeah, the Crookshanks thing. Voldemort showed up, and then the main character yelled Crookshanks, and that made Voldemort fall off his broom and start to scream for some reason. Not sure why. Ebony, he yelled, for some reason knowing the main character's name. Thou must kill Vampire Potter. Because that's how he talks. It's fine. I thought about Vampire and how and his sex-ha eyes, not sexy, sex-ha, S-E-X-A-H. And his gothic black hair and how his face looked just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him? And they broke up. No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. Oh, we're going to give Voldemort the best voice. Thou must, he yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so R-word look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. I don't get it is written in there. Geddit. I don't get it. It's fine. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you were cheated on me. Is that right? I expelled. Okay, there's the thesaurus again. That's okay, he said, all depressed. And we went back into Hogwarts together, making out. Haru! Andrew Thompson thinks Nixon would be a good voice for Voldemort. He is not a crook. Listen. I don't know if I can keep it up. Yeah, we're on chapter 10, though. Let's rock chapter 10. Let's do it. Author's note. Stop it. Oh, boy. Stop it, you gay F-word synonym for homosexuals in a bad way. Not synonym, sorry. Slur for homosexuals. If you do not lick my story, then F-U-K-K, off, exclamation point. P.S. It turns, with a Z, out bloody, B''L-L-O-D-Y. Mary isn't a muggle. Effort all. A-F-E-R-T. I think it's supposed to be after all. And all is with one L. N, the letter N. She, N, the letter N. Vampire, R, letter R. Evil, that's with a Z, D-A-T-E-Z. Y, letter Y. D-E-Y, that's day. Moved, M-O-V-D. House is okay. I'm gonna read that without my corrections. Stub it, you gay. You, if you don't like my story, then F off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she and Vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? I think I got that right. It's tricky. It's fine. Everything needs a gun. Yeah, what happened to the gun? Gave me a gun. As if they're not wizards. Although a gun might do it. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was... Okay. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band. Oh, she has a gothic metal band. Okay. Gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose, 666. You're trying a little hard, but it's fine. I'm the lead singer of it. Of course you are. But you're not a Mary Sue. Don't worry. You're not a Mary Sue. You're still the lead singer. And all the boys like you. And you get to do whatever you want and dress however you want. And everything works out for you. And the worst wizard in existence at that time starts screaming when you say the word Crookshank at him, which is the name of a cat. It's fine. I'm the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, let's go Charlie, Slipknot, and MCR. What is MCR, by the way? My Chemical Romance. Of course it is. Sorry. I hadn't thought, okay. I mean, I'd listen to that. Don't get me wrong. I'd listen to that band. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diabolo now. Not Diablo, but Diabolo. Somehow all of them are in a band together, despite that seeming not likely. It's fine. Good for them for making a band. I like it. Wait. We call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. It's always black hair with streaks. And Hagrid. Hagrid's in the band as well. I hope he plays drums or bass. I mean, what else would he play? Rhythm guitar? No, that's ridiculous. I'm a big old bass. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably having a great time going to therapy and writing his journal about how he felt and approaching things in a reasonable manner. I'm editing live. It's fine. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too. Yeah, because therapy won't kill you. And the only way you can kill vampires is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Despite wearing it as jewelry, it's fine. It's fine. Or a steak. S-T-E-A-K. Apparently he's a vegetarian. I don't know. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. That's not a depressing movie. It's a wonderful movie. I love that movie. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs. Same. And tiny matching miniskirt that said simple plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. This is why I have the Four Locos, so I can get through that. Yes, talk to your therapist, folks, says John. I agree with that. Listen, Nothing to be ashamed of. I talked to a therapist a few times back in the day, and I have no intention to not talk to a therapist in the future if I need to. Nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. Just, well, do I really want to? I don't want to be like, I talked to a therapist. It was nothing. Because it was, well, once was like, oh, you saw a dead body at a crime scene. Now you have to get checked. Okay, fine. And I'm glad they did that. I think that's a wonderful thing for them to do. Once I was in college, there was a lot of stress and it was available to me. And so I went. It was not, it didn't do anything. It was pretty useless to me. But doesn't mean that if you go out, it'll be useless to you. And then once I had the opportunity to go into group therapy, which I was like, oh, that sounds like an interesting time. It was for people that were, I guess, it wasn't anger management. It's like struggling to be civilians after the military. And they're like, hey, we have this. I went, oh, you know what? Like, why not try that? And I went there. I was like, oh, these people are legitimately like, they need this. I just thought this would be interesting. Because I'm all about, I like learning. I like learning about myself. Sure. Like, oh, thanks, VA. Like, oh, there's just a list of, oh yeah, I'll sign up for that. Why not? No. I'm sure it was wonderful for them. I did not get anything out of it. So this is why I hesitated telling, because I feel like I didn't get too much out of it. But you might have different experiences. Mine wasn't generally very sort of targeted, like one-on-one stuff. It was just sort of like, yeah, let's go try that out. Sure, why not? So, but yeah, I fully endorse talking to a professional. Absolutely. And just because my stuff didn't do much, I think maybe because I didn't really need it. I was just sort of like, oh, an opportunity? All right. Doesn't mean that you won't benefit from it. It's the Four Loco talking. My gamer says, you did get something out of it. That's not for you. Not in that particular case. I think if I needed it and I went, yeah, I bet I would get something out of it. I don't think I really needed it. I think it was just, I saw an opportunity to do something I hadn't really done before. And I love doing things I haven't done before. So I think it was more that. Anyway, where was I? We were singing a cover of Helena. That's My Chemical Romance, right? I don't know the song. I just know the name. I know I've seen it. And at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. Okay. What the F do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came and the effing bastard told me to effing kill Harry. Again, censoring. It is not effing, is the full word. It's fine, but it's YouTube. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will effing kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you effing tell me? He shouted. How could you? You effing poser muggle biatch. Seized out of character. Author note. Without the AN. I don't know why Draco's so upset. It's fine. She's literally saying, like, I don't want anyone to die. It's fine. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started. Oh, wait. Do we have a voice? No, it's fine. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed to buying a ticket to the farm with all the other pets upstate by engaging in certain activities. I will not repeat. Okay. Wait, is Draco also a vampire? Because she said that Draco won't die because he's a vampire too. But the way that he's described as killing himself is not the way that was described as this is how he would die. Which is a stake through the heart or a cross. But no, it was a wrist-related incident. which explicitly is stated in the previous page as something that could not kill a vampire. I have additional questions. Self-deletion, yes. Yeah. Next guy says he might not find the right therapist immediately. That's a very good point. They are very varied. They are individuals. They are people. They have their various techniques. Just because one doesn't work doesn't mean they all won't work. In fact, you will find one that works. You just got to keep trying. And I mean that. If you feel you need to go to therapy, and I do encourage it, if you feel the need, go to therapy. And your therapist, you don't like that therapist, find a different therapist. Keep trying. There is one out there. You just got to keep going. This is me being very serious. I'm fighting the 4 Loko on this one. I'm being deadly serious. I'll miss all of you if any of you decide to follow in Draco's footsteps. Despite the fact that shouldn't have killed him, per the author. It's fine. I just think it's an important topic to talk about. Especially, military. They're soldiers. There are a lot of them that go to the farm state every day. So it's something I like to put emphasis on. I had a good friend who made an attempt, and it was out of the blue, and it shocked. I wasn't there when it happened. It was I'd gone to a different unit. I met back up with him later, and I found out, and I was like, "Wait, hold on a second." And it was shocking because I didn't think he, of all people, would be the guy. So even if nobody here is giving out those symptoms, you're like, "Why would you say this to us?" He wasn't either. At least he wasn't when I was there. And it happened when I wasn't there. And that's sort of what concerns me. So I just want to put it out into the world. And I will continue to put it out into the world. Even if I'm repeating the same stuff I've said before. It's very important to me. But back to the silly. That's enough of that seriousness. What of Sunshine. See, that's great. I love that. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah, and Robin Williams saw last summer. There was... I read some of the stuff that he had talked about and how drugs may really hurt him mentally. It's really a shame. But it happened. I miss him, but I hope that other people are able to find the happiness that he couldn't. So, chapter 11, folks. Author's note. I said, stop flaming, you preps, with a Z. See if this chapter, no E on chapter, is stupid, exclamation point 1111. It deals with really, RLY, SRIS, SRIS, issues. SP, space C, space 4, yourself, something C for yourself. If it's stupid, BRW, thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. Bunch of X's, 666, bunch of X's. All right, I said, stop flaming me, you preps. If this chapter is stupid, see if this chapter is stupid. It deals with really serious issues. See for yourself if it's stupid. I assume this is supposed to be, by the way, thanks. Thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. For helping me. What's SP? Maybe so see for yourself. Oh boy, it's so the writing and the author's notes are like two. It's like it's two different people. No, I screamed. I was horrified, not horrified, horrified. But Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to F off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Okay. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I engaged in the services of a therapist. The therapy got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a steak, not a wooden like the food steak. Apparently, she's a vegetarian too, and almost stuck it in my heart to commit self-deletion. I thank you, chat, for providing that phrase. I was so effing depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it. Sandly? It says sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't effing believe it. Then I looked at, because yeah, when your significant other dies, the first thing you want to do is dress up. I don't know if that's true. I presume it's not. Also, yes, John Cody, if you have medication that you're not taking but you're supposed to, please do. Yeah. I'm going to trust your doctors on that one. Then look out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me. He was taking a videotape of me. And Lupin was masticating to it. That means chewing. Yeah, Snape and Lupin, really quite a pair. And so that gives us the exact time frame where this was, because Lupin was only defense against dark arts teacher, or the defense against dark arts professor for a year. Unless he's just sort of hanging out, masticating. He was chewing to it. That's fine. Ew, you effing perv. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Even the towels have Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, a vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times. And they both started screaming and the camera broke. No. Oh no. Suddenly, Dumbledore. Not Dumbledore. Dumbledore. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin. And Lupin is spelled Loopin, by the way. And then he waved his wand suddenly. Hagrid ran outside on his broom. He ran outside on his broom. Let me repeat that. Ran outside on his broom. Okay. And said, everyone, we need to talk. A little busy, bud. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. What? No, he's not. He's a professor. What? Yeah, the gun. Chekhov's gun has come back in play, ladies and gentlemen. Chekhov's gun. Anyway, I'm not going to explain it. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily. What? But I am also a Satanist. They're all Satanists. What is going on? This cannot be, Snap said. Not Snape, but Snap. In a crisp voice, his blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. Why did Dumbledore shoot at him? No, you shot it. It's fine. It's fine. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. You don't have any what? What is happening? What is going on? Do I have too much Four Loko? Not enough Four Loko for this? Do they have too much Four Loko? It does. What is happening? I have Aragon. Okay, you'll definitely have to remind me one of these days. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. Not triumphantly, triumphantly. But the camera broke. What are you talking about? The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. Because they're using tape, not digital, but tape. Yeah, it is 2006. But they're also wizards. What the... Also, they can use that whole, like... brains, I don't know. If you read the book, you watch the movies, you know what I'm talking about. I felt faint, more than I normally do. Like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. Not cloak, but cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air, then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic, not gothic. Gothic with 2 F's. Snape asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her. It's from Hagrid, I presume. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, we are 20% of the way, and we're 1/5 of the way. This might be the stopping point. Chat, what do you think? Should we keep doing these shenanigans every once in a while? We feeling good about it? I enjoyed it. I think it was a good time. I think it's fun to do. Ooh. Yes. I'm dripping everywhere. Not Hagrid. Yes, it's shenanigans, and yes, it's stopping this for now. Fair enough. A lot of yeses. Great. I'm not hitting 25%. I don't think I can make it that far. I'm struggling. We're at 2.5 hours. I usually stop at 2. Once I finish this, we won't end until I finish this. John, thanks for being a member for goodness, 16 months. What are you doing with your life? Thank you. Says, this has been so much fun. I'm glad. I had a lot of fun with this. It's nice doing something less serious, less sort of like real, you know? I do a lot of reviews of real things, of real traffic stops and police, whatever, and people doing stuff. This is not that. It's nice to be able to have something. There it is. Have something that is sort of disconnected from reality, and just have a lot of fun with it. Sure, it's not appealing to the masses like some of the other stuff, but I'm okay with that. I'm looking for a new direction, and I've been putting together some bigger projects. Whether or not they ever see the light of day, I don't know. The Gary Ridgway stuff is still on the table. We're still trying to make that happen. Scheduling is a bitch. I'm trying to make it happen. There's a UFO thing that I'm putting together, like a multi-episode thing. It's good. I'm really a fan of it. I've been going hundreds of FBI documents on this one. The Maury Island incident. And I solved part of it. I don't know if anyone else has. I assume someone has, but I haven't found anything. Kenneth Arnold, pilot, who is responsible for the term flying saucers, he saw something strange. And I think I figured out what it was. And I haven't found anything else. Because everything gets overshadowed by an incident that happened very soon afterwards that Kenneth Arnold came to basically investigate on behalf of an editor of a magazine. It's a whole thing. But it's the origin of Men in Black. It's the first story of Men in Black. It's the first story of flying saucers, of course. It is the reason that the New Mexico, help me out here, the UFO in New Mexico. I'm gonna think of it before you guys do. I'm probably not though. There's a delay. Roswell, there it is. Anyone see Roswell yet? No, there's a delay. It's the reason Roswell is even on the map. It's the reason the Space Needle in Seattle is shaped the way it is. It was part of the original marketing campaign for Frisbees. It's everything regarding UFOs, modern UFOs, basically. It's nuts. I thought it was a tiny little thing that would be like a 5-minute thing. No, this is something I might try to sell to Netflix. I don't know. Like I want to contact Josh Gates and be like, hey, your show, this would be a good episode. I just want to actually have something put together before I do that, so that there's this. I don't want people beating me to the punch. So what I'd like to do is put it all together, film it, upload it, contact them and say, hey, you're going to want to see this. And yeah, it's a big deal. That's true, John Cardi. I'm stuck with you. I'm not opposed to that. Uh-oh, is Matt here? The train's not available to you. I am drinking Four Loko though, so. But yeah, so there's that. There's some other minor stuff. There's the lead masks of something. Is it lead masks in South America? Basically, 2 guys were found dead on a hill with lead masks on their faces, and that's a really fun one. There's some Satanist cannibal stuff from like the 1950s, 60s, South America again. Mexico, maybe, actually. Central America. There's some really fun stories they're older. They're older stuff. I don't have to worry about keeping up with it live. It's a lot of work, a lot of fun, a lot of work. So I want to do bigger stuff, but sort of taking a step back. What was another good one? It's Catherine Montfaucon, I think. She basically ran a poison ring, a Satanist poison ring in France. 1800s maybe. It's a Werewolf of Bedburg that I have a script for. So like some old stuff that I think would be really fun to talk about. Stuff other people have talked about already, but. All right, what's Mav say? Mav says, refreshing my butcher block countertops. Ooh, nice. Lead Mass of Vinton Hill. That's the one, Nacho friend. Yes. That's it. Fascinating stuff. And I just went through and like, here are the theories. Here's, what I suspect. Here's what the police suspect, the newspapers, etc. It's very interesting. Great story, though. It's a good story. There's a lot of Simon Whistler. I don't know Simon Whistler. So we need to bug you to finish up. No, well, we need this case, this lawsuit to be over for me. That's not true. It's chipping away at it a bit at a time. There's something in Oregon. There's a bunch of stuff in Oregon that I want to do. I just want to spend a few days traveling around Oregon, filming all of this stuff, and making a thing out of it. But there was a witch in some part of Oregon, allegedly, that cursed some town to burn down 3 times. It's burned down twice, so they're just waiting on the 3rd time. It's a really interesting story. The local folktale is wrong. The actual history is really fascinating. So I found the actual origin story of it. Wrote a script on that, tying in the folk story and then addressing the incorrections. But the original story is I think even better than the folk story. So it's good times. But I want to go there. I want to film on location. Some of it, not all of it, but definitely some of it. Because there's some specific locations. And I contacted the Historical Society of the area to get the locations of buildings that no longer exist because there were fires, the place burned down. So there's all of that. Decoding the Unknown of the Casual Criminalist, where I learned to hide my crimes. Oh, also, I finally filmed a new video for the first time in a long time. My camera died near the end of it, so I'm probably going to integrate that into it just to end it. But XQC is a streamer, does a lot of reaction content. Was also a professional Overwatch player. I don't really know anything about XQC, but he was called out for essentially stealing content. His React videos didn't have enough, didn't add enough to the original content, I think was the idea. But there's an interview between XQC and H3 Podcast. Again, I don't know who that is. Big channels, though, where XQC is exhibiting some very interesting signs, some body language, some verbal cues, things that me, having been a criminal investigator with, a lot of experience in interrogations as part of the job, struck me as very interesting. And I know that there have been requests for me to cover criminal interrogations. The problem is a lot of those are already covered. So the stuff that's on YouTube already has an analysis to it, a lot of it anyway. And it's a lot to go through. There was like a 5-minute section that was just like full of stuff worth commenting on. And I thought, this feels like a good thing. This feels like something that's worth talking about to indicate what you would look for, whether or not it's accurate, whether or not I am correct about this person, is what I would look for and things that would jump out at me in interrogation. So that has been filmed. It just needs to be edited. Maybe someday I'll even finish that. But Lafayette Cemetery in Oregon. That's the one, Shay. That is exactly it. That is the one. With the witch that was allegedly buried there. She was not, though. She was not buried there. It's a whole thing. The story is completely wrong. But the actual story, super interesting. Super, super interesting. But that's the one. Yes. But there's also some stuff in that area that I definitely want to check out as well, just for short, little bits and pieces. If I'm already out there, I might as well. But yes. I still got some For Logo to drink, guys. If there's a mystery you want me to check out, what would it be? If you say, who's the hijacker, the guy that stole the duffel bags full of money and then parachuted out of the commercial plane? I probably won't do that. It's very overdone. I'm not gonna be able to contribute much to it. I want stuff that I can contribute to. I can't for the life of me remember it. Jeff Harris asked if I saw the recent story of the vampire child they uncovered in Europe recently. Oh, DB Cooper, that's the one. Thank you, Andrew. I don't think I did, but I'm definitely interested. If you have me on Discord, yeah, Discord's probably the better place. Otherwise, email would work. Or the comment section of this video. Have I been to the cemetery near Bremerton? I don't think so. I don't believe so. There's a cemetery I want to go back to. I plan on going back to Vermont next year, see the family, do the solar eclipse, whole thing, whatever. There's a grave near where I grew up that has a window down into the grave. You can't actually see that far because it's an old. The window's all old and dirty and whatever. But it's a window to the grave because the guy was so afraid of being buried alive because that was the thing that did in fact happen. So I definitely want to go check that out and get a little footage of it. SS Kamloops. Oh, I remember, John, we had talked about that. Yes. That's one I haven't actually started yet. Oh, Hitchbot. Yeah. The 2 4 Locals will do it. Drink water. I hope you're okay. Make sure we know that you're alive later. There's some stuff up to the north of me. It might have been the Kamloops. Is Kamloops up to the north of me? There's an interesting ghost ship thing that I want to check out near Vancouver. I think it was Vancouver. It's Vancouver to my south. It's to my north. Is that also Vancouver? Or was that British Columbia to my north? It might be British Columbia I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to figure out how to get a Discord invite in there. Just say that I'm in. Hitchbot, good luck. For real. I believe in you. Go ahead. Okay, hunting for Bigfoot is very tempting. I don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot, not in this area anyway. But it would be fun to go out there. I don't know if it would be an interesting video. Here's what I want to do. There's a story of I think I would make it a 2-part thing. Well, not a 2-part thing. Something that incorporates 2 different things. One, hunting for Bigfoot. But as part of that, there is there was a cabin, like a tree house that was built in one of the forests, the national forests. Without a permit, it was just sort of known to exist, and people just sort of allowed it to exist. The rangers, whatever. But someone stumbled across it and discovered that it was just full of pictures of juveniles in compromising positions and clothing, and that was bad. So this individual contacted the police. Police eventually found the guy who had been putting photos there. They found some DNA of his. I don't want to know what DNA it was. And they arrested him. And he was charged and convicted. And so I would love to know if that structure is still there. I have no idea if it's still there. But it would be fun to hunt for Bigfoot and look for that at the same time. I would like to go back. I went once, not to film, but just on a hike. I was in Leavenworth. I was staying in a hotel. And near there is the, oh boy, what is it? The Iron Goat Trail. Now, in this area is the site of the worst avalanche disaster in American history. Basically, there was at least one train, maybe 2 trains that got stuck during a blizzard. Avalanche came, killed a lot of people, just a lot of people. And you can still find parts of the train out there. I found parts of the train out there, bits of metal. So I'd love to go with the metal detector. I'd love to try to spend the night, explore some of the tunnels, some of these train tracks, tunnels, make a video of that. Now, there are signs in these tunnels that say, please don't go further, but please don't go further is not an order. It is a request. So I'm probably gonna go further. Gonna get a hard hat, but I don't know that these tunnels are entirely stable. I think that's the part of the reason they say please don't. But I think it would be a lot of fun to do that. I would like to confirm that it is not a legal order, a legal trespass notice, by saying please don't. And if it is, I'll see if I can get permission. But cemetery is between Olalla and Bremerton. Oh, Olalla. Is that the one I was at? Oh, John. Yeah. Well, absolutely. Remind me for sure. It's for localized tequila. I don't know. I can't do tequila though. Logging Creek Road outside of Monarch, Montana is also extremely interesting. Lots of weird lights, lots of weird beeping, lots of nuke silos. Oh, you know, I love a good nuke silo. I want to buy one. I don't have the money to do it, but I want one. I almost was in Ohio for some investigations. They had to cancel that for whatever reason. And while I was there, I was planning on going to, there's a place that was evacuated. Hell something about Hell, Ohio. I was going to do a video on that, but I never got to. I'd love to go back. Jeff Hart says, U.S. Forest Service reports the number of Bigfoot sightings dropped significantly in the years following the eruption of Mount St. Helens. Coincidence? I mean, I don't know if people were out and about as much after Mount St. Helens, but interesting point. I do like that. Skinless Ghost Bowl. What? That sounds amazing. I'm in. If I had the money to just travel and listen, if I won the lottery, it would just be, I would just create a TV show of me traveling around going on these adventures. Like that would be my life. But I didn't win the lottery. I tried. Not too hard. I'm not much of a gambler. But if I had my own TV show, it would be that. For sure. Report on the train avalanche. Oh, perfect. Want to see Centralia, the abandoned town with the underground mine fire. Was that in Centralia? There's a bunch of stuff about 4 or 5 miles, hours, miles. 4 or 5 hours from me. Abandoned ghost towns. That's what a ghost town is, abandoned. God, this Four Locos hit me hard. But they're 4 to 5 hours from me in places where there's not much else. So if there was like a bunch of stuff to hit in one journey, I would probably consider it. But just to go see a ghost town? Yeah. Maybe. It would be neat, though. John Coyote, you come over. We'll do some ghost and cryptid hunting. I haven't done any ghost hunting since the what was it? Wavering Heights? Something the cemetery that I did with Powers. That was a fun one. Just hanging out in a cemetery at night. No ghosts. It was, as far as I could tell, not haunted. But Centralia is the inspiration for Silent Hill. Okay, well I gotta go there then. Don't let me forget. That sounds like a good time. Touche says, I'm trying to talk a childhood friend into going to Africa to go on a safari with me. She's freaking out about the long flight. Are you kidding? The flights are great. You nap, you watch movies, you get good. I say good food. You get food. More than peanuts. I say good food. You get meals. I wonder if you could get a good first class deal to Africa. I don't know. I'd love to do a transoceanic flight in first class, but it just feels like such a waste of money. Like the $10,000. No, however much it is. I don't know how much it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. See, wedding on Phasma with you, Blue Bacon. Oh, that okay. Okay. I don't do so hot at Phasma. Dr. Nimrod says, Blue Bacon loaded up on a Four Loko rambling around a forest looking for Bigfoot would be brilliant. I don't know if I could do it with Four Loko and me. To be honest. Doesn't like heights. Just close the window. Just close the window. Hanging around the door, talking about jump school. Oh, man. I had an opportunity to go parachuting that fell through. And, like, I agreed to it. And then I went, Like, I want to, but like, you better come pick me up. I'm not going to drive to the place to jump out of an airplane. You better come pick me up. I want to do it. I just also don't want to do it. You know, does that make sense? I don't. So, go drink some water. I'm not ready to yet. I still got some of this. All right. Sobering up. It's fine. What else, folks? What else we got? What other thoughts? What other investigations around the country that we think? Let's keep it within the country. I'm not saying I'll go do any of these things, but if I were to do... Okay, well, that's just not going to stay up there. If I'm going to do any of these things, what would it be? Now, there is about 20 second delay, so... Hopper is a good place for getting good flights. Oh, that's good to know. I'll forget that immediately. But hopefully I remember that. Lynn says, Blue Bacon, you were in the wrong place on that ghost hunt. The victims are supposed to be buried elsewhere, mainly behind the lodge she built. So, okay, so that's a very good point. I'm going to eat one of these piggies. So the original structures are across the road on private land. And the guy who owns that land doesn't really care about all of the stuff. Like, you can't, I didn't even bother asking because it was very clear from other people who had tried that he just is not interested. Have a nice day. Bye. You know? But that cemetery is allegedly where her victims were buried of whatever her name is. I can't remember off the top of my head. And we checked the names. We couldn't find any names that matched up to any of the people who died under the woman's care who ran this sanatorium. So I think it's a bunch of nonsense. I think it's not haunted. I think people just assume that it would be because it's the cemetery of the victims. And so there are a lot of stories about it, but I don't think any of them are necessarily real. Maybe on the actual property itself, maybe, but the person who owns it doesn't seem interested in all of that. So I have some doubts. I think it's just a really good story. If that place is going to be haunted, it should be that, and therefore it's haunted just because we say so. I don't know that there is really. I don't really know that anything is haunted, honestly. I'd love to be convinced that ghosts are real. Right now, I remain unconvinced, but I would like to be convinced. If that makes sense. Starvation Heights. Touche, that is the one. Starvation Heights. You guys know more about this than I do, and I was there. That's the one. Green River Killer update. He's still in jail. No, I'm just trying to find the time. I gotta send him a message. I gotta send the jail a message. Be like, hey, I just don't know what to send him. Oh, John Coyote, yes. Dig through the local folklore so I can destroy it. So I can take it and go, no. And here's why. Or not destroy it. Or go, actually, there might be something to this. I just want to debunk. Dr. Nimrod. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying it would be funny. You could come to Ireland and try to find the Banshee. I would love to go back to Ireland. I loved Ireland. Wonderful place. Zero complaints. Zero complaints. And I've been planning on going to Wales. Wales? Is that where Welsh is? Wherever Welsh is. Come say hi. He's got some fun stuff. Some toys I want to play with. Of the gun variety. So I definitely want to make a trip up there at some point. But yes, Lynn says, really good documentary on it by Ask a Mortician. Oh, Ask a Mortician. I have seen that channel on YouTube showing better ghost hunting locations. You guys got to remind me of this stuff later. You know I'm not going to remember any of this. Check out laundries in Ireland. Hundreds of women and children died just thrown into the septic tank and recently discovered. What? Okay, that sounds great. Like a great time. John Coyote, I am in Washington. Jeff Hart says, when I was on a morning radio here, we did the PSA thing where we would have someone drink all morning and deputies would do a breathalyzer on them every hour. Ever did that when you were active? Oh, we had we call that a wet something. It's a wet something. It's, we did that once. Basically when you're training up on SFSTs. SFSTs, standard field sobriety test. Dry lab or wet lab. That's it. Dry lab is nobody is drunk and you just go through the test. Wet lab is some people might be drunk, but you don't know who. So your person might be sober, they might not be. and you have to correctly determine which one is which. I think we had a wet lab once. My person was not intoxicated. I know that. I don't actually know if mine was a wet lab. I know I was there for a wet lab at one point. I don't know if it was mine. It's a long time ago. It's 2016. It's 7 years ago. Oh. But yeah. So I bought a little breathalyzer. It was like $6. It was nothing. And it seemed to work. It was accurate, not like super, super accurate, but it was close. The problem is it went into thermal runaway, meaning that it drew too much power from the battery. The battery overheated to the point where it was overloading itself. And when it gets into thermal runaway, it means that you can't stop it. It's going to ignite. It's had too much power drawn from it that's overheated, that it's sort of in a self-contained state where it's just going to keep heating up, and you cannot stop it. And I had to bury the batteries basically, and then recover them. But yeah, it's just basically I have these batteries that might explode. Get a hole, put them in. Yeah, it worked while it worked though, and then it stopped working after a few hours. Shay says Welsh wants to do a video with you here in Washington. Time of my life spoof. Yes, he'll be Johnny and you'll be Baby. He is 6'4" and willing to lift you over his head when you were both in costume. Yeah, I told him, I was like, look, I'm 6'1" and 210 pounds. You can lift that. He goes, oh yeah, I can lift 220. I went, okay, all right. I'll start trying to lose weight. Oh, firefighters wet lab testing. That does sound like a good time. But yes, Ryan Bergara and Shane Madej. I love their stuff. There's some puppet history stuff I have to watch. They're a lot of fun. If you don't know about Watcher, that's their channel with Shane and Ryan. They're a good time. I recommend it. But yeah, they make that a lot of fun. I love that they do it. I don't know. When I was a teen, when I was young, let's say like 15, I watched a lot of Ghost Adventures, which is like, oh, the bros of ghost hunting. And then I realized it was ridiculous. And I went, okay. I love me some ghost hunting. I do. I like that they feel like they're not exaggerating. There was a show on, I think it was Netflix, that was like 28 Days Haunted, I think, where you just put people in a haunted location for 28 days. I was like, all right, so these very famous ghost hunters, who I don't remember, someone in chat will remember, I'm sure, they were the ones behind the Amityville haunting investigation. Amityville, that sounds right. Very, very famous, but also absolute scam artists. Like, it was all looking at the reports of it. It seems very clear based on what I've seen that they were just scam artists, and good for them for making all that money. But I'm just checking the chat, seeing if anyone knows. God, I can't remember the name. That's the Four Loco for you. But then these people are putting these buildings for 28 days because according to these, oh God, it was almost my head. Does someone have it? Warrens. Yes. Lorraine and something Warren. They're like, yes, the ghost cycle was 28 days or something. So if you want to really experience a haunting, you have to be in the haunted location for 28 days, which is fair, right? Like if a place is haunted, you got to spend more than a night there, right? But the entire show is people like, oh, I feel like, and she's like, well, show it. Where's, like, just because you feel like a thing, I don't know. It was a fun show to sort of laugh at. First bits of it, I was kind of invested. Then I was like, okay, stop it. Also, Ghost Mine. I loved Ghost Mine. It's basically there's this gold mine, but it's haunted, so no one will mine there because miners are very superstitious. But it might be worth a lot of money, so we're gonna get miners. We're gonna buy the property. We're gonna get the miners, take our claim, and then get two ghost hunters, investigators, whatever, so that they can investigate the ghosts while the miners are mining, and then the miners will feel safe. And then also we have ghost content. The funny thing is, at least one of the ghost hunters that they got was someone who'd been very vocal about ghost TV shows are fake. And then all of a sudden, he's on the ghost TV show, and his statements disappear from the internet. Weird. And I started watching for the ghosts, and I stopped watching for the ghosts and started watching for the gold mining operation, because that was very fascinating. The ghost stuff was just kind of like, okay, but the gold mining I really was interested in. Like, I love a good ghost hunting show. I've seen so many of them that it's just like, okay, and now what? Meh, you know? Some of Svengoolie? I don't know if I do. Svengoolie sounds familiar, but I couldn't place it. Kitty Baby's outfit at Petticoat Junction, Everett. Oh, no. Oh, we'll get there when we get there. We're not there yet, though. Are you... Let's see, come on. Candles? What are you doing? Are you dying on me? They're only on for a little bit. Dead Files. What if the weird ghost drawings at the end? Oh yeah, Dead Files is the one. I saw some. Is that the one with the private investigator, the detective, and the psychic? Dead Files. We're looking it up. Yep. Or the NYPD homicide detective and physical medium. I should go back into that just for the funsies, you know. Bearwin. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, Svengoolie. What is Svengoolie? Curse of Oak Island. Oh, Curse of Oak Island is a lot of fun. Maybe one of these days I'll actually find what they're looking for. You know what's a great show? I think there's a third season coming, maybe. Cooper's Treasure. Oh, Cooper's Treasure. So, it's not Ghost, but it's so good. It's this guy, basically, Cooper, astronaut. He was in space, and he had a mission where not only was he in space, he was also using this technology that would detect like nuclear weapons or something. I don't know. Basically, like the Cuban Missile Crisis was happening, and like, well, if we're putting people in space, we might as well put technology that can detect what's happening in Cuba. And so, Gordon Cooper, I think it was, discovered that not only would this stuff detect what they were looking for, but also there were weird hits on metallic objects in the ocean. And so he documented all of that, and then he did tons of research, being like, all right, could these be shipwrecks full of treasure? And so the Miklos, the guy in the show, inherited all of this information from Gordon Cooper, who was a family friend. And his dad was a treasure hunter. So then the main person on this show, this reality TV show, it's like, I'm going to continue. I'm going to find this treasure. I'm going to use Gordon's information. And it's just them hunting this treasure based on like space astronaut technology from the 60s. It's so good. At the end of season 2, they found bits of gold. And I need that season 3 to find out more. I need it. Oh. John Cardi says they ruined the island, Oak Island. I mean, Oak Island's already ruined. It's the thing. Oak Island has been ruined many times for many people. And a lot of what they're trying to do, it would seem, is figure out where the things are that were ruined to try to sort of unruin it while still digging it up. Yeah, and the island was ruined before they got there. And it seemed to me when I watched it that they were trying to take that into account and all of that. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say they ruined the island. I would say the island's already ruined more than they have. Sure, they contributed, but like with the understanding that it's already just nobody even knows where the original dig sites were anymore. Not because of them, just nobody knows anymore. So they're trying to find it. It's a fun show. It's a very fun show, though. But yes, if you haven't seen Cooper's Treasure. I recommend it. All right. Well, I got to check. Are they doing a third season? I think we're at 3 hours. Why not keep going? It's not ghosts, but it's fun. Cooper's Treasure. Daryl Miklos. That's the one. Season 3. Come on. You got to give me a season. Yet to be announced. Get out of here. They found gold. Why is there Cooper's Treasure season 5? Why are you saying season? There's not even a. Cool. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jeff Hart says Svengoolie is a weekly monster movie show hosted by a guy named Svengoolie. Think Mystery Science Theater 3000 or any of the old style horror movie shows that local stations played across the United States in the old days. Oh, that does sound good. That does sound good. 4-hour stream. Have we done it before? Probably not. Island of the Dead Dolls. Oh, yes. That's. I would love to go there. I want to go to. There's an island in Italy. I did there was a video I did last Halloween on it. It was a plague island. It's near Venice. Premieres Friday, January 13th. What year? This year. So I think there are articles that seem to indicate that the people in the Cooper's Treasure like found something, but where's the season? Where is it? Give it to me. I must have it. 5-hour stream. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Dr. Nimrod said, Blue Bacon, I said, I will buy you a pint whenever you return to Ireland, and that I will promise you. All right, what part of Ireland? I mean, don't dox yourself, but what part are we thinking? Feel free to travel. Last time I was there, I was in Cork. Cork was great. But what other place? What are we thinking? It has not been renewed yet. How would they not renew it? What are they doing? Surely they have it filmed. Murder Mystery Dinner Theater Play. I almost went recently. I am fading, Griff, guys. True. Oh, drink some water. You know I will. I actually just I drank so much water this morning. Specifically for this. Let's keep the stream going. You can take us into work with you tomorrow. Oh, wait, okay. We got to figure out what this island was in Italy. Poveglia. That's the island. Never mind. We figured it out. I want to go there. But it's privately owned now, I think. And I don't speak Italian. My sister is fluent in Italian. So I need to get her to send out some messages. But I need to do more than just Poveglia. If I'm going to Europe, I got to go and hit up a bunch of places because it's expensive. So, Italy, Wales, Poveglia, Italy, if possible. Sorry, did I say Italy? Ireland, Wales, Italy. Oh, it would be nice to go back to Czech Republic. Oh, Prague is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been. Maybe the most beautiful city I've ever been in. I love Prague. Small, but mighty. You know, it's small enough that you can traverse it reasonably well. It would be nice to go back to Nuremberg. It would be just old haunts. But Prague is so much fun. And a ways out of the city, there is the Sedlec Ossuary. Now, Sedlec Ossuary is a church, small church. But back during the Crusades, I believe it was the Crusades, some guy brought back dirt from the Holy Lands, sprinkled over the land there, and said, basically the idea was anyone who's buried here gets into heaven automatically, because it's essentially like being buried in the Holy Land, which gets you to heaven for whatever reason. So, oh boy, that cemetery got full. And then there were some internal conflicts, some wars, whatever, battles, etc. The church was partially destroyed. A lot of those graves were destroyed. The church was rebuilt, and some artists was brought in to deal with the remains that they just sort of had from all these graves that were disturbed. And the guy built a chandelier of bones, just pyramids of skulls. He put his family's crest in bone. Sedlec ossuary, Sedlec space Ossuary, Sedlec ossuary in Czech Republic. My God, I had the Ripley Believe It or Not books when I was a kid, thanks to the Scholastic book ordering, whatever. If you know, you know. And oh boy, I always wanted to go as a kid, and I got the opportunity as an adult. I would love to go back, and I would love to document it. Absolutely would love to document it, especially in like Czech Republic. You can do a lot of crazy things in Czech Republic for money, not too much money, but for money. A lot of places outside of the cities, the main cities, that, oh boy, they are struggling. And will I take advantage of that? Yeah, I'd be tempted to. A lot of places where you can fire Soviet-era weaponry, to include rocket launchers. Have you ever seen the movie Yes Man, where the guy's like, I shot a cow with a bazooka? You can do that, apparently, in Czech Republic. Also, if you ever seen the show Dark Tourist, I think they had the opportunity to do it in that area. They decided not to. They almost went through with it. They decided not to. So it's a whole thing. Dublin. Okay, Knocked into Months from Dublin. I'd love to go to Dublin. Let's go. Let's do it. Been to the catacombs under Paris? Oh, I have been to the catacombs under Paris. I would love to go back. Yeah, no, it's real interesting. I'd love to go through a unofficial entrance for sure. It's only like a €50 fine if you're caught. But but also if you get lost, you die. So, a little tricky. But yes, Bone Church. That's exactly it. Oh, Czechia now. That's right. The name is changed, hasn't it? London, Paris, Geneva, Milan, Venice, Rome. Oh, nice, Griff Kai. I was in. Lynn says, for proper ghosties come to London. Every step you take is ankle deep in haunted tours. I was in London. I didn't actually go on any haunted tours. I should have, though. Plan on train travel. I do love a good train travel. I really do. Team Skeptic was in Europe. I remember I was talking to him. But yeah, he is in Europe right now. I don't know exactly the place. Castellamare de Golfo is where family's from. Came to the U.S. in the 1920s. Oh, my family's from Castelnuovo, which I don't know if that's close, but it sounds similar. I went to Castelnuovo, which oh boy, what part of Italy is that? Oh, it's gorgeous though. It's weird because like when you're in Italy, it's like, oh, every name is like my name. That's super weird. My name's pretty uncommon. And then you actually see my name, and it's just like, oh, what is this? Castelnuovo, Italy. It's Castelnuovo di Garfagnana. Is that it? I don't know if that's right. Tuscany. Yeah. I think it's in Tuscany. Is it Castelnuovo di Garfagnana? I don't know. I remember it was beautiful though. Well, the internet seems to say yes. That's the old ancestral home. There's like we have the exact location, the exact building and everything, like the apartment essentially in this medieval town. It is not fit for living at the moment. I would love to have the money to restore it to what it was, but it would be incredibly expensive. Castle of the Golf is translation. Oh, there you go. Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, listen. Cemetery Ghost Hunts. I want to go to New Orleans because there are some places that are supposed to be incredibly haunted. I want to spend like a month in New Orleans and just film all of it and just go do all of it. Do the ghost hunting. Do all the shenanigans. I want that. But I digress. Castle Dracula's Base Addicts. I almost went. That's in Transylvania, of course. I don't know. I almost went to the Frankenstein's Castle on Halloween one year when I was in Germany. We ended up not doing that. But I looked into going to Dracula's Castle. I was going to stop by a concentration camp as well while I was in that area. I didn't do it. But there's time to go back. I'd love to. Bran Castle, Romania. That's the one. Bran Castle, of course. Yeah. Oh, there's such good stuff in Europe. All right, what else we got? Oh, Morelli in Italy? Yeah, Griffkai. That's a common name. Who knows who Nomak is? I don't believe I do. What about in the United States? If I were to go to a place in the United States, what are we thinking? Trapani province of Sicily. Oh, Sicily's gorgeous. I have some fun pictures from Sicily. John Cody says, apparently the other side of my family owns a castle. Oh, I would like a castle. I would. And I'll let you guys all visit. We'll have parties. What shirt size? I would say a large. I don't know more details than that. Canadian Prairie is some banger spots. Oh, I believe it. All right. Trapani. Sorry, I'm for loco. I know. In the old Sicily. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. That's beautiful. Okay, well, I need to go there. Come to Canada. Mechanics, what do you got in Canada? Tempt me. Go on. Also, this living room is killing it right now. I'm very excited for that. This is working. Put a lot of work into this. Nomax is the head vampire in Blade 2. Oh, okay, yeah, I have no idea. I haven't seen Blade or Blade 2. I know of it. And one of these days I'll probably watch it. Yellowstone or Yosemite? Oh, okay. Well, yes, of course. Beautiful places. I need spooky, weird places, though. Although, great ideas. Yosemite and Yellowstone are definitely on the list. A place to just go. Oh, yeah. For sure. Get the camera out, take some nice pictures, make my own calendar, you know. Whistler Banff. Mechanics, tell me about Whistler's Banff. Banff, excuse me. Banff is not what the MN. It's fine. Saskatchewan has a ghost train. Tell me more about the ghost train in Saskatchewan, John. Sorry, I said Saskatchewan. It just came out of me. All right. Alan says, go to Seattle and take the underground tour. Oh, I've taken the underground tour. Whole Seattle Hill is fake, and the old storefronts are still under the city now, and you can see them. The one I took, though, was the prostitute one. And it is, oh, man, the guy who told it, the guy who's there, who was leading the tour, so funny. It was so good. It was recommended to me. I went, all right, fine. God, I think I was dating a trapeze artist at the time. Yeah, I did some trapeze. They wanted me to be the catcher, okay. Trapeze, we're going to learn some things. You've got the person that does the big swing, and then you have a person here that catches them. And so there's timing, and they catch it, and then they fling them back. And they're like, you're a strong young man. I was active duty at the time. Like, you could be our catcher. I went, no. I'm pretty sure it was with that girlfriend I went on that. Oh, it's a great tour. We broke up, but it's, great tour still. St. Louis Light. Explain. Yellowstone TV is a good show too. I hear good things. I haven't seen it. But there's issues finding parking in Seattle. Griff Kai knows. Okay, listen. Yes, this is true. Sometimes I forget that parking is a monster. Do I believe in ghosts or am just fascinated by the supernatural? Ask Lisa. I believe in the possibility. I've not been convinced that they are real, though. I want them to be real. I do. I don't believe a lot of the TV shows, and I have not had any personal experiences that really convince me. But I want to be convinced. So I want to go out and experience it. I want to go and hunt it. I want that. But I'm going to be skeptical about it. If I experience something, I want to try to prove it wrong before I accept it as, okay, great. I think this is a real supernatural experience. I love the supernatural. Not necessarily because I believe it, because I want to believe in the possibility of it. And at the very least, I think it'd be a lot of fun to try to find it, even if it's not real. I think the adventure is really, it's the friends we made along the way kind of a thing, All right, John says, an old train track that has a strange light. Lots of places have abandoned train tracks. Oh, let's go. All right, I do love a good ghost train. Andrew says, Yellowstone TV is bull. Shush. Oh, almost got me there. I'm a rancher in Montana. We don't get all drama queen about shush. We beat the hell out of each other in tiny bars and get over it. That sounds like a good time. Let me tell you, I'm not advocating violence. I'm not advocating, bar fights or anything. But I'm also not saying I wouldn't appreciate a good bar fight if it came up. If I was in the mood for it, Maybe that's the Four Loko talking. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to be in a fight. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate a good fight. Does that make sense? It's hard to explain. I don't want to fight. But I will participate. Yeah. Anyway, Andrew says, I knew he hung out with grunts. That's right. Shay says, you can always come to Snohomish County and go skydiving with me. Let's make it. Okay, listen. No, actually, I am intoxicated, so I can't agree to that. It's tempting. Also, skydiving is the kind of thing where you got to come get me. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to go do it. I want to, but also, recent horror movie that featured the Seattle Underground. Malignant. Oh, I should do that. Have I ever been to Kurt Cobain's last home in Seattle? It's on Lake Washington. I have not. How do you meet a trapeze artist? It was Tinder. It was fun. Emerald City Trapeze. It's right after Prince died. I remember they did a Prince-themed show. And I was like, I don't really know anything about Prince, but okay. She's a nice girl. It just wasn't right. I hope she's doing well. But trapeze is it's an exciting. If you get the chance to take a trapeze class, I say do it. It's exhilarating. It's, oh boy, is it something. The very first class I took, which I got to take for free. I also did 2 pole dancing classes. Fun fact. Yes. Some of you got excited by that. The first thing they have you do in the very first class is you swing, you go back at the height of that arc, you pull yourself up, you put your arms on the bar or your legs on the bar, you let go with your arms, and then you go back hanging by your legs. You grab the catcher. The catcher, they throw you back to your bar? No, they have you dismount with a backflip. It's a lot. It's like, this is the first lesson. Are you kidding me? But yeah, you sure enough do it. Emerald City Trapeze. I don't know if it's the same thing now, but I was impressed. It's 2017 maybe. A lot of fun. So if you're looking for a thing to do in Seattle, give it a shot. Take a trapeze class. Griff guy's trying to get me head off. Yeah, well, listen, I still got some of this left. I wouldn't want to leave you guys hanging. What I will do is pick a color, folks. Chat, pick a color. All 28 of you. 28? That's right. Pick color. We're going to make the lighting that color. Because I want to. Oh, Linz, 427. Oh my goodness. Go to sleep, Linz. This is nonsense. I'm just talking nonsense. None of this is important. Or you could watch this after the fact. I appreciate you sticking around, though, but my goodness. Yeah, get to bed. Hey, Linz, thank you for being here, though. Okay, listen, black. Just turn it all off. How many want to see Blue Bacon and Trapeze guitar? This is out. Listen, I don't have a... Okay, all of it. Blue is a little bit of green, a little bit of purple. Okay. This one's blue. Oh, yes. Okay, let me give you the purple. Oh, it's subtle. Let me fix this one. That's not a bad look. It's a little dark. If I up this to like a pinker. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do green. Let's do green. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I got a lot of light set up for this. I love it. Oh! Ultraviolet and infrared. Listen, listen. It's already in ultraviolet and infrared. Crazy. Let's go back to blue. Actually, no. Let's make this red. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is blue. That's intense. All right. How's it going, guys? Is your living room do this? You can make it do this. You just get smart lights. It's great. I just remember when he's purple like 2 years ago. If you do green, Kermit. There's Kermit's in the other room. Orange. Orange. Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay. All right. How's that? Whew. That's intense. Back to blue. Do like a teal. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. I gotta do this living room stuff more often. It's tricky. It's difficult to set up, but not awful. Not terrible. That is good though. You realize people are going to want you to stream from here more often. Oh, I believe it. Chartreuse. Isn't chartreuse like a type of green? Teal's a good color. You should have worn your Halloween contact lens to see if anyone noticed. It was tempting. That's the last time I wore it. I was sitting over here. But from this distance, it would be difficult. But yeah. I still have a set, I think. I don't know if they're still any good. Dr. Nimrod says, Blue Bacon, do like Artie and let the chat control the light colors. And make sure you say the U in color. Whoa. Whoa, you British hooligan. I don't actually know how to set. I mean, I actually could set that up. Do I want that though? That's the question. Because his is just like a lamp in the background. My lights are like, important to the overall lighting. Magenta, just pinkish reddish. Color makes me think of H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, I could read some H.P. Lovecraft. Just make a channel of me reading. I don't know if I had the time. I love the idea of it. Dr. Nimrod says, I'm not effing British. Are you Canadian? Was that right? No, you're Irish. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. You're yeah, obviously Irish. You said Irish. I'm just a crazy person. I'm so sorry. I understand where you're coming from. I'm so sorry. Oh no. That's my bad. That is my bad. Oh no, I'm sorry. And I understand. I understand why that would be a problem. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, shame on me. Oh, everyone shame that. You can shame me. Everyone shame me. It's fine. Come on, shame me. It's fine. Oh. I'm still sipping my drink. We are coming up on 4 hours, though. It's because I'm trying to very slowly sip this Four Loko. I have to drink 3 Guinnesses and a shot of proper 12 to make up for it. Don't tempt me. It'll be over the next 2 years, but yes. Nimrod says, Blue Bacon, you'd have to make the light change better than what Artie's do. It's okay, Blue. I'm only messing. But I'm still not effing British. That's fair. John Cody says, you've been drinking. I can't shame you. Yes, you can. I encourage it. Roasted blue bacon. Her stream. No. No. Not happening. Eat a pig time. Oh, yeah. Eat a pig time. You're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with you. We are coming up on the end of my drink here, though. These pigs are stuck together. We'll ignore them. They are a passionate embrace. Where'd my tie go? Oh, there's a striptease. Oh, it's a good pig. Relatable. There we go. Saranac. Oh, came apart. I accidentally inhaled some of my drink. Don't mind me. Judy, yeah, there's a striptease. I took off the bow tie. That is the extent of the striptease. Oh, boy. Where were you? We're talking about Saranac Brewery in Utica? Is that what we're talking about? Shade, 7 shots. My God. Pace yourself, people. Oh, boy. I don't mean to encourage this. I'm struggling. And this is 1 for Loco. The pig's passively Frenching. That's right. Oh, so good. I tell you, I am loving the My Immortal. I really am. It's a lot of fun. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. Mechanic says I'm in college, so unfortunately I'm sober, or I'm unfortunately sober. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not. I want to trade places. Let's go. I don't drink often. I really don't. Hey, Judy, whatever you gotta do. Oh, this is staying up. We've got to finish it sometime. Oh yeah, we're 1/5 the way through. We got plenty more. Now I took my sweet time on this. We could have knocked it out real quick, but I had thoughts that I wanted to share, and I don't intend to change that. I really don't. So, yeah, I'm going with this. Mostly, I'm just trying to figure out something to say so I can pretend to be less drunk than I am. Because I noticed that I'm I've been definitely appearing intoxicated. And I would like to not appear intoxicated, but it's fine. Jeff Hartz asks, am I old enough to remember the old 5-gallon Genesee and Matt's brand beer balls? I am not. What? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm intrigued, though. Well, Shay, yes, I admitted to having more than the garage, laundry room, etc., and the closet. Of course, we just built this on. It's true. And then in the winter, hey, we got a fireplace. We'll launch that bad boy up. It is too warm in here to have that running right now. But yes. McAddict says, excuse me. McAddict says, yes, I'm observing the signs of environment. This is very true. It's a good point. Bushman's what we sell to tourists because it's shite. Okay, listen. Oh, that's fair. Alan S is apparently radioactive. Interesting. Oh, he's told not to go to the airport or any federal building until next week. Good call. I like that call. That is a smart thing. Yes, if you are radioactive, do not go to a federal building or airport. Don't do that. Just in case. I'm not saying they will have radiation detectors, but they might. Oh, no. How's Penny? Penny's doing all right. Penny's doing pretty good. I can't wait to feed her this chili toy tomorrow. She's not here right now. But I'll definitely try to get a video of her snacking on it for all of you. And, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the drink. And with that, I think we're going to end it here. I'm going to get water. I'm going to probably put a little bit of food in my body. Maybe. Not sure what, though. Maybe we'll go for a walk, get a sandwich. It's a gas station near me has pretty good gas station sandwiches. Good for a gas station. Nothing too crazy, but like sometimes exactly what you need. Oh no. Alan set off the radiation alarms as while leaving the VA. Oh my goodness. So, folks, hey, thanks for being here. I had a lot of fun with this. Nice, simple, small, ridiculous, real niche within a niche. But it was asked for, it was provided. I had a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing it again. When I do it again, I don't know. But hey, microwave gas station sushi, absolutely not, Jeff. Thank you so much. The reason this happened is because the GoFundMe goal was met. Thank you so much. That $15,000. That's insane. And some of you kept donating. You know who you are. I'm thinking the names. You are here in this chat. Some of you just, I worry sometimes. But thank you so much for assisting. It's a load off my back. It helps a lot with the stress of dealing with this. I don't intend to, until necessary, continue to advertise the GoFundMe. We hit the goal. I think we're good. If that changes, I'll let you know. I don't know what will happen with the, how much the retainer is going to be used. That's what the $15,000 for, the retainer for my lawyer. I don't know how much it's going to be used. We'll find out. Someone recommended that I donate, if there's any extra, I donate to St. Jude. I like that idea a lot. If you have other ideas when the stream ends, put it in the comments section, please. But I like that idea a lot. I don't want to take advantage of all of you and your generosity, especially since we've surpassed the 15,000. I just sort of thought like once we hit the goal, people would stop. And I'm not upset that people haven't. It's just I maybe feel a little guilty. But I really appreciate it. I really, really do. And thank you so much. And I'm going to try to make it worth it. I'm working on some bigger projects right now. I'm going to try to keep streaming. I was doing, 2-3 videos a week. That's going to be reduced. But I'm going to try to do some bigger things, some really fun things. So we'll see how that goes. We'll try to make that happen. And I don't have a timeline for it because every time I think that I'm ready to start, something crazy happens. But you all are great. No money orders. Yeah. I'm not going to stop you, but like, I think we're good right now. For now. I didn't really want to do the GoFundMe in the first place. People were just asking for one. And now that I've done it, I think it was the right choice. But I feel bad asking for more. I really do. And I have no reason right now to ask for more. You guys have been so incredibly generous. It blows my mind every time. So thank you all. And I look forward to doing more ridiculous shenanigans like this in the future. And talking about some crazy, mysteries that are out in the world. Some older ones in the hopefully near future. So, chat. Remember, Svengoolie fans, no personal checks. Personal checks? I assume personal. It's fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have my normal setup, so it's a little weird. Give me a second. Nope. All right, I've got it. Ladies and gentlemen, until the next time, be good, stay safe.